Oh wow, that's a big map.
Oh, big mapping.
That's
Bigging.
the big map. Welcome. Hey guys. Thanks for coming by tonight.
Rock brawl.
Rock Brawl.
Oh wow.
Uh Last session, the travelers took care of some business on Lyra, I believe it's pronounced,
Lyra.
and returned, had a daughter-father reunion,
Hmm.
and had their first encounter with this very, at least from your guys' perception at Lyra, I apologize, was kind of kept under wraps, or they were trying to contain it. Um, had the first experience of what's known as the numbing plague. The first sensations or kind of the manifestations of this disease, this affliction, was the numbing of a person's fingertips and eventually turning to like pale, like very, very pale blue. Um, is seen as this homeless man screaming in pain had two giant like ice snakes explode out of his arms, and were quickly jumped into the fray to help um, take control of the situation. After reuniting Sula with her father, um, had an interesting uh, interaction with somebody from Silver's past,
Yeah, yeah.
Henrik. Uh, Henrik kind of gave some vital information to Silver about what may have been an encounter in which he had in the past uh, with the crew of Hatteron, a ship that just operates within the astral sea of seemingly undead crew, skeletal. After kind of returning to the ship and updating North about the goings on, uh, he kind of very strictly kind of advised that, like, okay, let's go talk to the council. Let's head back to headquarters. We need to check in. We need to get everything officialized, and we'll go from there and let them know of what we had seen. So, after leaving Lyra, you guys eventually entered into the astral sea and took a kind of a decently short voyage to what's known as the Rock of Brawl, which is this massive asteroid uh, that's been like modified to be this hub and this very kind of beautiful scene. But you can see there's a whole like city district, a town district. There's docks. You can see there's a rather large lake that exists, and it's an interesting place. Typical kind of large city. And Silver, you've been here before in the past. Um, just to kind of have a little bit more bearings than the other folks here. But North comes off the dock immediately and advises, like, hey, let's just head into the city. Let's head to the Opal Corps headquarters and kind of give an update and get you guys kind of finalized. You guys dock your ship on one of these. There's docks on the one side of the Rock of Brawl that just kind of jut out from the asteroid and kind of have like these interesting kind of like docking areas. There's a multitude of other ships that are kind of hanging out there. Um, One of the things that North does immediately tell you guys is the the law of the land of the Rock of Brawl is to leave all your vendettas aside. You may encounter your sworn enemy, but it is against everything that is um, uh, that holds this rock together. Not to be kind of corny about it, but it's It's the one rule that everybody kind of has an agreement on, that, you're here to do business or live. I mean, Silver, you kind of understand that there are always going to be quarrels here, and usually it's not really escalated into a big deal, but um, they kind of frown upon any kind of disputes handled within here. Let me pull this up.
Kind of hard to enforce, though.
Very. Yeah, I mean, there's no like roaming law force, and as you guys are kind of, well, hold on, Niklaus, did you want to do something before you guys exited the ship?
Yeah, you said that we got a long rest on the way here.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the long rest, I want to infuse my armor with hold on, these pictures are too big. I gotta get them out of my way.
You can hold control and
Yeah,
and it can immediately resize it.
Enhanced defense on my armor, and I'm gonna try to do it on my shield as well, if my shield is an adequate shield that I have wrapped some rope around.
I would say yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, literally, like, I would assume an artificer would be able to put together a functioning shield with something as usable as like a barrel lid and some rope.
All right, then they both.
If you were a wizard, and you're like, "Yo, I'm doing this," I'd be like, "Okay, roll for it." But it's kind of like asking a carpenter to make a table. Like, you would assume he'd be able to do it.
Right.
I would also like to point out I am sleeping. I decided to take a big nap while everybody was fiddle farting around upstairs.
Yes, that is true. So you got that. Silver, was there something you wanted to do on the ship, or were you just being funny?
No, I was being facetious.
Ooh, I was gonna say that, but I was, you know what? It's a bit too sophisticated for me right now.
I apologize.
No, never. Okay, I got that open. Just gotta pull one more thing up, dudes. Hold on. I've got like 2 main Google Docs I have. Okay, cool. Session 3, boys. We're in it to win it. You're still sleeping, Sieg?
Mm-hmm.
One of the deckhands, Dahlia, comes down and like knocks on your door. Or you hear a knock on the door. Waits a moment to see if you respond.
There will be no response.
Even louder.
Nope.
Here, Dahlia. The captain would like to see everyone topside. You are not getting a second warning. You don't want the captain coming down, and she leaves. You hear the footsteps kind of leave your room. Is anyone else like North is just getting everyone kind of gathered up so you guys can head into the city together? So is there anybody else who's doing something else other than like kind of meeting up on the deck?
No, sir. Not me, anyway. Not Silver.
Z is not doing anything either. He got some beauty rest. He went to bed early.
Okay.
Woke up bright and shining first thing in the morning. Has cleaned all of his stuff, sharpened up his blades, and is ready for the day.
As you guys kind of head up there, Oberon's kind of like got his arms crossed and his head kind of tilting, kind of leaning up against the tree, and you can kind of see the flowers, the tulips that are kind of at the base of the tree are kind of like curled up around him, around kind of where his legs are. He's just like standing there, just kind of leaning up, waiting for the next kind of instruction or the gathering. Niklaus, are you topside?
Yeah. I'll come up.
Sieg will kind of finally roll out of bed, like literally rolling out of bed, kind of like on the floor, having slept in a bed for the first time in ages, and not realizing that during his sleep he dropped his shape change. He is his actual appearance.
Okay.
He's gonna, because I'm assuming there's like no mirrors or anything in these rooms.
There are.
Okay.
There would have been, so if you would have done something with it, removed it, it's up to you.
In like just that like that sleepy like groggy, just kind of like just sleeping. He's gonna put his armor on, you know, sheath his sword, you know, daggers where they gotta be, and kind of grab his bag. He's gonna kind of like muscle memory make his way up up top side, and just kind of like, why are we all yelling?
Who are you speaking to?
Just in general, like he's still like in the process of waking up, so he's just kind of like in general just speaking.
Okay. I gotta see what's going on out here. These kids are screaming.
Go
Give me
for
a
it,
second.
100%. Tree. Oh yeah. I noticed Sieg's voice changed. You can't hide from me. Nice try.
It's spicy. It's spicy in here. I didn't realize how warm it is in my office until I come back in. I'm like, whoa, okay. Not as spicy as it is other places. Do you eventually find yourself up on the top deck, C?
Yeah.
Are you gonna shape change into something else when you notice, or are you just gonna go up there raw?
No, he's like I said, he's still very much in like that process of waking up. Like his eyes are still like 3/4 shut, like he's barely able to see.
Okay. Fair enough.
He just kind of like hits that top land, like the top step for the landing. He's just kind of like, what? Why are we yelling?
The top step of like coming out of the
Or like wherever the top, like the stairs to go from before I was onto the top.
Captain North kind of sees you. He's like, good morning.
I said, what? Uh-huh.
You all ready and prepared to go meet our handler?
I had a real good handle on that bed down there. That's what you're asking me about.
I'm gonna like you. Actually, I liked a lot of you. Think we'll get ourselves into some trouble. What do you say? In a good way, that is.
Oh, I love trouble. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
All right, Trouble, let's go.
That's
and
me.
he begins to kind of head off the deck, and kind of you guys are walking down the docks, and there's all sorts of manners of different species and creatures, and it's an interesting sight. And like Silver, this is nothing new to you. This is like your bread and butter, like where you may stick out like a sore thumb in some areas, you fit right in here. And Z, you kind of have that feeling too. You see all sorts of color and manner and personality types interacting, and it's comforting to, especially to Oberon as well. And Sieg, I feel like this would probably, I feel like for everybody except Niklaus, this would almost be like a comforting visual, because there's such a vast mix of races and species and folks from different lives, where you get the feeling that everyone's being their true self here. And but Niklaus, this is kind of jarring for you. There's things you have not seen before. There's a ship that's docked maybe a few hundred feet away, and you see these little penguin-like creatures with all these different colored fur, which seem very familiar to you all. as the same species that delivered your letter to begin with. There are these small little like penguin guys that wear capes and hoods, and they have their ships, and they're ordering some people around. They're moving some things here and there. But North kind of leads on. As you kind of enter, and there's like warehouses. So there's these large traditional wooden buildings that are very generic, but there's a slew of them that are right off the docks. And you can see folks bringing and taking crates from the dock, transporting things, food. There's crates where you can only assume what may be in there. And like I said, one of the things you guys notice is there's not really like a guard force. Everybody kind of just handles situations themselves, and you guys can visually clock in the fact that most of these crews have what you would consider muscle with them. Bulkier, larger folk, couple orcs here or there. There's like a half giant you notice, and just you're expected here in Silver, you notice, to protect yourself and to mind your business, essentially, right? But North kind of leads you guys through. You guys enter in through. I think North would probably kind of show you around really quick on the way there. So one of the first things that you guys kind of encounter as you're walking off the docks and kind of passing through some of the buildings here is like it's what North introduces to you all as this is a lesser market here. It's nothing really crazy. It's just some wares, food, minimal clothing. Most of the structures, as you can see, are pretty rickety. A lot of peddling goes on here. So, you know, I probably wouldn't waste your coin here. And he's kind of keep your hand on your coin purse. And he kind of continues to lead the way. And it's interesting, like, you can see that there are a lot of traditional cities that you've been near the docks. It's kind of scummy. And you guys pass through what's known as what North introduces as the Low City. There's other things that are here. You know what?
I don't. Would you like to tell us?
Ooh, I'm gonna save that.
Oh.
He just continues to lead you on. If you guys have the map open, you guys all have the map of the map of Brawl.
I'm the map.
Yes.
I'm the map.
Okay. How big is this gonna be? Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, so you guys are heading through here. You came down this way, and this area here, this opening, is where the lesser market is, and he kind of continues down this way. And he's leading you guys, and there's, like I said, the biggest thing that really kind of is very noticeable to you all is the fact that there is a vast kind of range of folks. He's going to lead you. Oh, here we go. I went out of drawing mode by accident. He gets to a crossroads and he kind of points down the way. He's like, that way to the great market. Way better wares for your coin. But the Opal Core headquarters is down this way, up further north. North? I don't know. It's this way. And you guys hook a left turn and go all the way up to this kind of, this big structure that seems to be, you can see where what appears to be like a main building, but it appears there's other structures that have been built on top of it over the years as, assumingly this place is expanded. And it's this, it's got this obvious like cerulean blue rooftop. There's these flags that are draped from between like two giant stone doors, and these kind of flags or these banners that are draped are like kind of like this lighter color purple. It's not quite the same as the purple of the guard that were on Lyra, but it's close. But he kind of goes up to the stone doors and kind of and opens them up, and you guys enter in this operating headquarters, which is this grand great hall that you first kind of enter into, and there are other folks, and they look like adventuring type. Some look very well equipped, that are going about their business. And this room, the main entry hall that you guys come into, is pretty large. It's like 50 feet, and it goes back about maybe 80. And there's large vaulted ceilings that go up to what you assume to be like a second floor, but it's about like 20-foot high ceiling. And he says, "Wait here a moment," and he walks off. So he's kind of left you guys in the like this great hall, like this lobby type area. Is there anything you guys wanted to do or look at or inquire about? And there's folks kind of continually passing by.
Is this from the look of the people, is this a higher prioritized area? Obviously not as like slummy as the docks, right? But this is like,
when you came down this street, that's a good question. When you came down this street to head towards the Opal Corp, the quality of the buildings changed. Like there's like a hard divide where the one side of the street's essentially the slums, the low city, and then now you are crossing into like the middle city where it's the financial and mercantile center of Brawl. There's thousands of folks who live here, and they're referred to as Brawlians, which is kind of cool. But they don't have the privilege or means to dwell within the walls of the high city. But this structure you're in is very high quality. But yeah, you can definitely see you guys have entered into the middle city, and like the streets are like paved with like a different stone, bit higher quality, and then it's just, so you definitely noticed Z.
I'm just gonna people watch because that's one of Z's favorite things to do. So he's just gonna find a corner and people watch.
Make a perception check. JD, did you get my message back?
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify something I said. I said I wanted to put enhanced defense on both of my things. That is not possible. I want to put enhanced defense on my shield and armor of magical strength on my armor. I got nervous.
That's fine. I'll allow it. Z, you're kind of leaning up against one of the structural pillars that's there, and you're just watching some folks walk by that seem to pay you no mind. I assume you're trying to like wave or nervously, or if you're just watching, and it seems like nobody's acknowledging your existence. But it's the folk that you see here are like higher end. Like you can tell there are some veterans here that have maybe worked for the corporation for quite some time, and all of you guys would have the knowledge that the Opal Corporation's been in operation for like over 500 years. They are very prominent, and they've kind of built from the ground up. And Silver, you'd kind of really know that, and had encounters with them in your past, but like nothing I would deem as like negative in any way. Like they're essentially like a high privileged mercenary group. One of the other things that's that would probably come up in conversation is it's funded by their sponsors. There are folks who put money into it to either put up contracts or just because they have money to do it. Some folks see it as like, some people like shun it because they are nothing more than just like assassins or paid killers, and other folks are like they're they're protecting the astral sea, they're upholding justice. There's that kind of that extra level of like notoriety where it's like depending on who you're talking to, like you may encounter somebody who might not exactly agree with what you're doing just because they either don't understand the concept or but yeah, there are sponsors that keep this company, this corporation running, and mainly for the benefit of, you know, without being corny, the greater good. I mean, it's a gray area, right? Like, there are things you may be doing that's very similar to what us Americans do um, for our own gain in the name of justice. So, just something to kind of be aware of, and that's I feel like that's something that you guys would know, right? It's like it's not like you guys are joining up with the Peace Corps. Um, Anybody else kind of like interested in or want to look around or would like
I want
any
to
other
look at some of the
information?
architecture.
Okay.
This
Yeah, the interesting thing about the inside here is there's giant windows that kind of are open. So the ceilings are 20 feet up. There's traditional walls with like uh, there's like brass fixtures and essentially molding that kind of inset this cement concrete kind of form of the building. And after about 10 feet up the wall, there's many windows, and like you can see up into the essentially the astral sea, and you get to see like these beautiful swirls of like deep blues and vibrant violet colors of swirling kind of just it just seems like you're just in the middle of a nebula, and it's pretty awe-inspiring, and like there are massive streaks of like this nice deep purple, and it's just that's the biggest thing where like oh because like it kind of frames it all. It's almost like looking at a painting through their windows. um, there's just there's a lot of like this very polished brass fixtures. There's like small areas where there's like a three-step platform that goes up to another level that the steps are like brass and they're like chromed out, and it's very spotless. But it's interesting. There's like a main central desk. There's a few large bookcases. There's a massive board in this room with you kind of head over there if you guys are kind of wandering about waiting for North to come back. There's like a essentially like this big like wanted board where there's like criminals on there essentially where bounties have been put out against these folks. Um, there's um, it's very posh, I guess is the best way to describe it.
is silver on the board.
Oh, go make. That's an excellent question. Go make a.
I don't think you would be
Make an
so
investigation check.
willing to enter this place.
You don't know him.
You don't know. Who,
I don't know either. Silver.
You do look on the board. There's a slew of people. There's a variation of different bounties. All of these bounties are well over like 10,000 gold pieces. And with that investigation check, I would say a lot of the ones that are up here, you notice that the parchment is uh, very aged. And do with that and kind of take that how you will. But no, you don't see anyone with a cybernetic eye or anything. Um, uh, After some time passes, you guys are kind of just hanging out. Some people walk by and kind of give a nod. Sieg, what are you doing?
So first thing, with taking my long rest, I get my Whispers of the Dead effect. I'm gonna go with Leatherworker's tools for that, for proficiency for until I take another rest.
Okay, cool.
I just want to. I'm gonna. I'm gonna mark it on my notebook. That way I know. That way we're not adding it and forgetting to take it off.
Well, what was it, Leatherworkers?
Yeah, because I have it until I finish another short or long rest.
Boom. I just typed it after your Whispers of the Dead. So whenever you change that, you can just delete Leatherworkers and we can put something else in there. Right on your ability page.
Okay, it's not showing up for me yet, but okay.
Is that...
There, no,
Sorry. I think it's because I was still editing it. Does that make sense? I think that's easy to kind of keep track.
Yeah. Outside of that, as the group is kind of like walking to this building, so he's gonna kind of like finish fully waking up, and at one point he's gonna, as they're walking, kind of like look at the houses and just the buildings, and he'll see his reflection in the glass and like not fully put two and two together right away. And I'm gonna go by another one. He's gonna kind of like stop, turn, oh shit, and very quickly he's gonna shape change to almost an identical version of Z. Only difference is his hair is going to be a little shorter in a like just jet black in just his pure panic. He's like, okay, we're good. Carry on. And he's going to kind of like trot to catch up with the rest of the party.
Okay. Good. Very good. Some of the things that you guys notice are there are people who are walking by who are in these very distinct kind of not pink, kind of a light red clothing with this like kind of middle ground purple robes. Some are younger. There's a few that are a bit older. They seem to consist of mostly elven and human species. And to kind of give you an idea of the appearance, I'll kind of put one in so you can kind of get an idea of like the color scheme, as well as like kind of like what they're gonna kind of look like. And they just walk by. But eventually some maybe like 15, 20 minutes pass as you guys are just loitering about, looking around, kind of taking in the space. North returns by himself, and he goes, all right. Our handler's in the office. He's going to give us our first task, as well as explain to you all what the next step is for the Opal Core. So, come on now. Hey, Sieg. Pay attention, let's go. Wait. Where the hell did Sieg go?
I will say Sieg, nobody should know his name. Because when he boarded the boat, he was not using his name. So nobody actually knows his name.
Well, maybe if you were here, I would know that. What do you go by?
It was my human disguise. It was Rieger when I boarded the ship.
Rieg?
Yeah.
Rieger.
Yeah.
R-E-I-G-E-R?
Yeah.
Ah. See? Could do a spelling bee. Bro, I can barely spell my own name half the time, my guy. He kind of gets everyone's attention. You guys end up leaving this main kind of great hall area and head down a hallway. And there are paintings of different people who are donning this same kind of garb, which is this deep purple scarf or robe, and this red coloring that kind of goes with it. And it seems to be kind of like you assume it has to be maybe like what the higher ups wear in the Opal Corps, or whatever that may mean. But there's probably about a good dozen portraits that are hanging on the walls. But you eventually head down this hallway, and North kind of opens up this mahogany-colored, gold inlaid door that's pretty big, and he opens it up and heads inside, and there's this. It's very reminiscent of like what you'd assume would be like I don't even know, almost like a mayor's office. Like there's this large table. There's some books on the side. There's strange flora in these pots that are like this like light blue colored leaves, and there's another table that has this glass bowl that's filled with water, and like this strange fish that has one large eye in the front that's just kind of swimming around, and there's little pebbles in this fish tank with like this treasure chest that kind of opens and closes and bubbles a bit. Um, it's a it's an interesting sight, and behind this large, similarly dark wood desk, this desk is like absurdly large. It's like 20 feet wide, and
Jesus.
it's stupidly big. But this room is also large, um, and there's a man that's standing behind it, that's looking out like a large circular glass window, um, out into like the city itself, and kind of has this. It's like pieced out window because it's got like um, different pieces of metal that come into this central kind of glass pane. It's very stylized in the same kind of um, polished brass. Um, and there's this nice kind of fine rug in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm.
The man has a long kind of cloak that is not up. That's this red, and he's got this. You can kind of see his arms are out to his side as he's got his hands rested on his hips. He's looking out the window, and you can see underneath the this red cloak is this kind of purple robe that's highlighted by some other kind of brownish green leather kind of pieces as well. And you can see this long kind of flowing white hair. And he turns around, he has a book in his hand, he goes, "Hello. Welcome. My name is Ethan Cruel. I'll be your guys' handler. Welcome to the Opal Corporation." And he has a very kind of unique vibe to him. He does have this cruel kind of look on his face, but he's got a little bit of like hair on the chin. He seems very kind of wise, but he's got, like I said, this extravagant kind of purple robe with this red cloak that kind of goes behind him, and he's just like, "Come on, step up. We've got business to take care of. I received your contracts the other day. A little bit ahead of schedule compared to when you guys arrived. You guys are a quiet bunch. It's good to meet you. Showing me some respect. I appreciate that. But yes, my name is Ethan Cruel. I will be your handler. Essentially, I am responsible for you, and trust me, you do not want to stray from the path. So, how was the trip? Please do tell."
It was eventful.
For the good or for the bad?
Yeah, a little of both. A good reunion and a little scary news, but besides that, we're here in one piece.
Scary news. I would like to hear this scary news.
Ooh, I love talking about scary news.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So,
Oh, wait, one moment. And he opens a drawer at his desk, and this desk he has, and he whips it out, and it like, this is a 20-foot wide desk, like 10-foot deep, and this drawer just goes way behind him, and you can see there's like this filing cabinet essentially, where there's this bunch of files, and he like skims through and pulls one out and sets it down. It's like this book, and he kind of flips it over and goes to a blank page, grabs some ink, and goes, Go on.
What was Ethan's last name?
Mr. Cruel.
Cruel.
Ethan Cruel. Thank you.
Is that UUL?
It's cruel as
in like
I'm gonna pull your hair out of your head.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
I don't know other way to describe it. Traditional spelling.
That's the one.
I like how pulling hair is your definition of cool.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like I could rip your guts out from your eyeballs. No, I'm just gonna pull your hair.
Cruel and unusual.
That's what I'm going for here. I like to play a game.
So we got on the ship and we all got like quarters and stuff, and then we found like a small child, right? And it was just a little girl. She was so sweet. She was so cute, but she like got separated from her family, and they were all on Saloon. So we went up to Saloon and dropped her off and made sure that she was taken care of. But when we were there was two guards, two of their patrol people. I don't know what they were called, but two of them their arms exploded into icy snakes. Yeah, and when we were there, they also asked us if we had started feeling any sort of like tingling or numbness in our extremities. So that was fun. So we did like a little like a mission, I guess. It was pretty cool.
Interesting. I believe what you're referring to is the numbing plague, which has been slowly kind of infecting some areas with its cruel side effects.
I see what you did there.
It's like pulling hair. It's very cruel. But it is interesting. I'm sure at some point we will assign you a task with dealing with this numbing plague in certain areas. We've already have a few folks dispatched. You said this was in Saloon, correct?
Yes, yeah. Right off the right off the port.
Were the locals aware? Do they have knowledge of this disease, this affliction?
I don't know how much of the populace knew, or like the citizens themselves, but the guards told us to keep it on the hushity hush, so they didn't cause like a ruckus. So I'm assuming probably not.
Okay, well, if the guards knew, that means the local government knows, so perhaps we will dispatch a crew there. Okay, writing that down. I'll have Travis follow up with them. Okay. Interesting. On Saloon, huh? I didn't think it was that far out within the plains, but that's fine.
Oh, have you been there? It's so nice. I mean, I'm sure that you've flown on so many ships before, but this was my first time, and it was so pretty.
I rarely fly on ships. I prefer magic teleportation, but to each their own.
Magic teleportation? What?
Most teleportation is magical, yes.
Well, I know that, but like...
There are some traditional scientific means of such, but I don't know.
Does that mean you have...
efficient.
Do you have your own circle?
Where you come from, you still require circles, huh?
Yeah, teleportation circles.
Well, I mean, for crude magic, I understand the need for a circle to harness the actual magics around you, but other folks are more in tune with the arcane around us. That's not a slight, I'm just saying.
Are you telling me you don't need a circle?
No, we have devices for that harness the arcane magics around you. You don't need this garish large circle on the floor of a building to teleport somewhere.
But how do you know where you're gonna go if you only have a device? Are they interconnected?
You have much to learn. You have much to learn.
I do, and I want to learn.
Well, I understand where you're coming from. Yes, I don't have a circle for receiving people. No.
Oh.
I can go to circles. Yes. Most you have hubs and well places that are of a certain magical advancement don't require such means, but there are traditional circles where you can travel to. But the spells and magics I use do not require such things.
That's
A simple scry is all I need, and I needn't go wherever I want.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, but that's what you get for living for. How old am I? He whips out the other drawer and he like pulls out this other book. It's smaller. He's flipping through. He's like, "Oh Jesus!" Puts it back in. He doesn't say Jesus, but you know, get the gist.
Oh God.
Space
Jesus.
Space Jesus.
He has his own ship.
Oh no. The crucifix.
Ooh. This time Jesus saves you. Well, I guess he does in general.
There you go. There we go.
But he puts his book down in the drawer and slides this large drawer closed, and he's like, 432 years old. Jesus.
432 years old? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Oh man.
It's you.
Well, you look
learn
great.
a thing or two.
You look fantastic.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, don't age out here.
What? You don't age out?
Stay here. Time does not pass for you here. Traditional time does pass if you were to enter into a plane. I guess this is a good kind of a learning experience for you to understand the way of the universe. In the astral sea, time does not pass. You do not require food. Food is just for, I guess, enjoyment at that point. But yes, time.
I love it.
And Ethan's like, anyways, but yes, you can stay here as long as you want, and you could just live here forever, as long as you don't make any enemies or take a bad step. Yes, there are many things that are different from your planet of Toril.
Wait a minute. You said you could live here?
You could live in the astral sea. There are people who live here.
Oh, in the astral sea, not like
Yes.
not on Brawl.
You could live here if you want to buy a house.
Is there any property available for virgins?
I'm sure there is. There's a whole underside as well, but that's mainly controlled by the prince.
I am going to need to look into this.
Yes, I mean, obviously you have the services of the Opal Corporation being initiates, where there are room and board here for folks, while you stay over and wait for your next mission. But for you all, I do have a surprise in store for you. I don't know if you should be surprised or if North had mentioned to you the trial that you must complete for our sponsors.
A trial? Like a hammer and gavel kind of trial?
No, you're thinking of a forge.
No. As in like a trial of your peers.
Oh.
Like, are we going to be
no.
judged?
Oh, you were already judged, trust me.
Oh no.
I
You-
feel comfortable.
You would not be allowed on the ship, let alone accepted to the corporation, unless you were seen as useful to the greatness of the universe, I guess, to put it.
Oh.
We do not allow. While we cannot see into the future, we do have threads of fate that we can pull on to discern from our divination wizards to inquire whether or not you are destined for more than just a pathetic life on a rock floating through a solar system.
Oh no. Now I'm wondering if I put the wrong name on my application.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh no.
Suddenly, Steve's looking down at his feet, just like, doo.
Well,
But,
as long as you like me, that's fine.
I did not say I like you, but perhaps someday.
Well, maybe not you specifically, but like the corporation as a whole.
Well,
But if you don't like me, I'm gonna change that. My name's Z, and everyone's my friend.
The council has decided that you have use and that you may be able to take the corporation into another step into the future of greatness and posterity of the greater universes as a whole. Now, we are driven by upholding order, satisfying our sponsors' requests, as well as, I don't know, making a quick buck here or there. We do not judge. Past the original. Past the original lottery, we don't really judge. If you're worthy once, you will be worthy forever. Some people may see you as cruel, but we see you as useful. So, it's all good.
It's
But,
all good.
Tell me, is anyone concerned about this deal, this contract you have been entered into?
Oh, no, not at all. Not even a little bit. Nope.
Good. We don't own your souls or anything. Your soul's free to go to whatever afterlife you wish, but we just hope that you understand that where you go, you will be a representative of the Opal Corps, and we expect you to make decisions with the best intentions of our principles. Is that understood?
Z's gonna reach out to whoever's like closest to him, like on his left and his right, like whatever shoulders of people that are close by, and he's like, oh, guys, we're ambassadors. Guys, we're ambassadors. Oh, man.
You're not an ambassador yet. That's a few ranks above you, unfortunately.
I didn't even know that was a rank. I was just talking in general, but that's even better.
Yes. Well, right now, you are all initiates. You have signed the contract, and as you do execute more sorties for the corporation and our sponsors, we will evaluate you, or the council will, and we'll go from there. Any questions?
He's gonna hold up his hand as he asks if there's any questions.
Yes.
Yeah, I got two for you real quick.
All right, hit me.
I
Grabs
know
his
we
pen.
were kind of told that the ships have the fields that kind of let you floaty uppy downy next to them if you fall overboard.
Ah, yes, the gravity planes.
Does Brawl have one of those as well, or is it kind of a case you fall off a why?
That is an excellent question. So, every object within space and the astral sea generates its own gravitational field, its own gravity plane. So, if you were to go out into the astral sea right now and we put you in a catapult and flung you out there, you would have your own air envelope as well as your own gravity plane that smaller objects would adhere to. The Rock of Brawl is a large structure, so it's, as you can tell in walking about through the city, it feels natural compared to other, probably your home planet. You probably didn't even feel like you were on an asteroid. It's just the way of the universe. But yes, you could walk around and end up on the other side of Brawl, yes.
No more two questions have become three questions.
I'm happy to answer it, Initiate.
So, is it like a case of the bigger the object in space, the bigger the gravity pull, or is it kind of like it don't really matter?
Ah, that's a fantastic question. So, yes, essentially, you hit the nail on the head. The larger the object, the further out the gravity plane extends. Usually, planets have gravity planes that extend for miles, as well as air envelope that extend for miles. If there is flora on this celestial object, the air envelope is refreshed by what's known as photosynthesis. I know that I'm not sure if you know what that is or if that's been discovered yet in Toril, but little science bomb for you. I'm sure there are some books here you can read if you're interested.
now on to the third one. That's a wee bit more important.
Yes.
I'm gonna get some. So he's gonna kind of pull his bag off his shoulder for a second. He's gonna pull out his referral note, I guess we're gonna call it, for getting onto the ship. What hypothetically, what would happen if we kind of C went sort of a little bitty kind of lied about some stuff?
He laughs, looks at Oberon, and he's like, he doesn't think we know what he is. The names on the contracts are just you're signing something with the intent. We don't care what name is on it. Our divination wizards see through you. It's okay to be yourself here with a noble corporation. We do not care about false faces. You can. It does not matter to us. And I will not say anything other than that.
Kind of. You're all right in my book. He's like sees it have like this bit like question, like I'm not sure kind of yet face, but it kind of like
It's trust
slowly
me.
puts it all back.
This universe is vast and wide. There are many creeds people live by. There are many gods people follow. There are some decisions made that may not be in the best of for others, but it is what it is the only thing I can tell you. Do not fear being yourself here.
Has anyone noticed that there is just this random second Z standing in the group?
Z himself is just blissfully unaware. Like he hasn't turned around and looked at anybody.
I know I had asked Pat before second session from one first session I got dropped. If you had dropped my shape change at all.
You're just chilling in the background. I just left you wherever you were at.
Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I very much am playing. I was waiting for somebody to say something when C came up onto the deck. Suddenly there was like this random guy who wasn't there before. I was just curious if anybody had any sort of acknowledgement.
McClaus?
What?
Where's your response?
I'm what? I'm just like what?
What are you reading? What are you reading over there so intently?
I am reading the rogue section of the
handbook?
The player's handbook. Sorry.
What are you doing researching in the middle of D&D?
I know. It's
How dare
my
you.
only time that I have to.
If nobody has to read, I won't bother. We'll just.
I would say. Oberon doesn't care, right? I think he's kind of in the know because of your conversation before.
When we were in the fight when I was bitten, when I was walking towards Oberon, Nikolaus, and I want to say Silver was standing there. I don't remember because it was the turn where I punched Oberon.
Mm-hmm.
With the confusion, like I said, Sieg was like his face was changing as he was walking towards them because his brain just couldn't focus on anything.
Right.
So, what that information did you see for that?
I mean, I feel like it's an interesting situation because I think we really were done a disservice because you dropped, and so it just made it weird. I would highly recommend you, Russell, to install Discord on your phone. So that way, if you do drop, you can go on mobile and you can at least talk. So that way we can, you can still hang in there. But, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if, like, that's up to everybody else to kind of make that decision, not me. Like, Niklaus, do you notice, notice there's, like, another duplicate Z that's a little bit different?
I can react.
A care react?
I can react.
Care react.
Yeah, I can react, whatever that means.
What? I mean, you guys walk into this room and the one other traveler that was with you on the ship is not here, and there's some other dude here.
Well, Mr. Cruel, Niklaus, by the way, I'm sure you know.
Yes.
So there's no passage of time here.
Mm.
Does that also come with the side effect of like seeing things? Like, like
Elaborate.
well, you see, there's two of him, and there used to be one of him and one of somebody else, but
Well, um, it's just another person that's on your crew. Did you not see him before?
no, one of him was enough.
What do you mean one of him was a... Who are you?
Oh, so it's not just me.
Who are you?
I'm gonna squint at him real hard.
Do you? Does your voice copy over as well?
No, I don't have mimicry. It is just I can essentially just copy appearances and
So you
alter
s-
them slightly if I feel
Okay.
like it.
You just change the way, like, you make a different funny voice if you need to.
Pretty much the only
Essentially.
difference is the hair length and hair color. Otherwise, this is an identical copy of Z. Like height and everything is the same except for hair color and length.
So, anyone gonna explain?
I'm still squinting real hard. Who are you and why do you look so good?
The way to ask that question there, friend, but
And why do you sound like Riger?
Checks notes, Riger.
Yeah, right. Looks at scribble on hand.
like,
Riger.
his eyes down there. Okay, listen. Can use easily's not the word I want to use. See it, but
You better start using words real quick, friend. If I can even call you that.
First off, I'm you, so do you view yourself as a friend?
More like a casual work acquaintance.
It's a bit weird that you're not your own friend, but anywho, see, you know me, but you don't know me. Because I'm Rieger, but I'm not Rieger. Because, see, Ethan kind of knows who I am, and I'm assuming Captain North knows as well.
He, like, looks at you and he's like, I wasn't gonna say anything.
First of all,
Appreciate you.
his name is Mr. Cruel. Okay. You're not. I don't think any of us are on first name basis with our handler. Is that right?
It's fine. You may call me whatever you wish, except asshole.
No, don't listen to him. You're weird. You took my face and my body and the rest of my parts. Maybe.
Would you check?
No, we're not checking.
I'm gonna check myself.
Everything seems to be in place.
I don't like it.
First off, calm down, that big fella.
Checks
Second
pants,
off,
little fella.
second off,
Perfectly average fella.
second off, I feel this is gonna be a little bit easy to explain. Just kind of snap, and you're gonna watch his how tall is Z?
Z is 6'2".
Okay, so a slight drop in height, just like literally 2 inches, just boop.
Z's eyes just get real big.
Standing before you is a very like ash gray skinned humanoid with short snow white hair, and his eyes are colorless, but they are ringed by black. Very much kind of almost the same appearance as Oberon. I don't know what Oberon actually looks like. I missed that character description, obviously. But he's gonna kind of like stand there. Hi, how are you? Name's Sieg. JD, you're muted.
What's happening? Can you say that again?
Quit muting your shit.
What did you miss?
No, your name. How did you pronounce it?
Sieg.
Oh, okay.
Sigurd.
Just checking. Just checking.
Yeah, your full name is Sieghard, but just call me Sieg. It's a little easier.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
You're funny. I like you.
Hmm.
You good over there, big fella?
No.
People look like people that aren't people sometimes here on the Rock of Brawl.
Yeah, what he said.
Well, quit looking like me.
Astute.
Would you rather be look like him? And he sees at a point to Nicholas and just kind of whoop. So there's two of them.
All right. Can we
There's
get
two
to this
small
trial
people now.
This is I've had enough.
The trial is tomorrow.
Look at how cute you two are. Look at you guys.
You can have that one.
Wait, what?
You can have that one.
You can't just give people away.
I just did.
Hmm. They cost money here on the rock.
Oh, that's not.
Okay.
Oh, that's even worse.
Sieg.
What?
That's even worse.
I thought we were in the future.
We are. You've never sold yourself before?
Oh.
Your services? No.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've done that for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, is there a going rate here?
It depends on what your skill set is.
Please stop asking him, please.
I'll have to get my list back out. I can make a good
I'm
living
sure
on this
your
job.
little man could make you a few coin.
Ah, yes. First of all, perfectly average. Thank you. But I appreciate it.
Comparatively to some of the other species, yes, I guess you could say it's average.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Perfectly average for my specific species, yes. Compared to, I don't know, a centaur, yeah, definitely a little, yeah.
Yes, that's a little bit more of an egg roll, yes.
Yeah,
I
100%.
don't feel comfortable in this conversation anymore. Can we just kind
Why
of...
not? If you're going to take
What's
on the appearance
wrong?
of other people, then you might as well get comfortable in the
Yes,
uncomfortable.
this is a great question I would love to have answered. Does everything change?
Oh.
I'm not... No, we're not doing that here now. Sorry.
Is there a customs for the port? Can we do a strip search?
Ooh. Maybe later. Really, there's no customs here. I mean, we expect, the prince expects that everybody just maintains civility and takes care of their own business. Is that understood?
I am going to make some money today.
Perhaps you may get a tip from the sponsor depending on how the trial goes tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, with the sponsor, right. Yep.
Sponsors, plural.
Yep,
Depends.
that's exactly what I meant. Yep.
Be careful.
Oh, always.
Okay. Well, it's totally possible. There was some word spread about the new initiates with the Opal Corporation, and then Prince Andrew was expected to make an appearance at the trial, as well as our current Lord Strix, will be there. He is the High Overseer, or also known as Forefather of the Opal Corporation. So do be on your best behavior and put on a good show. I trust that you will use the rest of the afternoon to take in the sights, perhaps get a bite to eat, get some rest, because the trial starts mid-morning. So just be prepared. Understood?
Oh, yes.
Aye, sir, yes. We'll be ready.
I appreciate it. Just to kind of give you something to think about, the trial requires as much brains as it does brawn, so do not make a fool of yourself in front of the prince or Lord Strix, please.
Sorry, Z. He'll be of no use tomorrow.
Yeah, I like this guy.
I don't know about
north-
that from the mute over there, Nikolaus.
What? I'm not mute.
No,
I
you.
just
Seek to hold up his hand again.
Oh.
No follow-up
yes.
question.
Absolutely.
This trial.
Yes.
Is this something we need to wear armor for, or can we just kind of? show up in
You
whatever?
don't want to show up in your underwear, Sieg.
Well, no,
Make sure you're wearing something that's going to protect you from whether it be spell or bite or sword. It's a mystery.
That's why I was asking. I wasn't sure. Could we just wear our regular? Just
I
clothes,
would-
Or did we need to be in armor?
I would highly recommend you come prepared.
Mm,
A follow-up question: where can I get my armor cleaned?
I'm sure we can take that taken care of if you leave it at the desk up front.
this is what happens when you turn on other people. You don't take their brains, and it shows.
Ooh. Well, everyone's different, Z, as you know very well.
I don't like people gallivanting around like me.
That's fair. I would request you, Sieg, to please ask permission of your peers, and understanding you as well, Bron, what your abilities are to not use it for the ill gain. And impersonation of Opal Corporation individuals is frowned upon and is reflected in your advancement procedures. Do you understand?
Yes.
I feel.
Everyone else is
feel
fair game.
Violated. Is there a therapist on the rock, bro?
Oh my god. There's more than just a therapist.
Oh, thank God.
There is a masseuse that has a way with her magic, if you know what I mean.
Oh, point me to that, please.
I mean,
Is she employed by the Opal Corps?
he points like this anywhere, essentially.
Oh.
There's many walks of life.
I need to find a list. Where can I find a list?
There is no list. Go out and scream. I'm sure someone will find you.
No reviews? No nothing?
Really. When you're my age, you get more selective and you kind of get, I don't know, you develop a taste.
I wonder if it's like one of those fancy restaurants where they give you a menu and you just check out the things you want.
That's actually a good idea. I'm sure there is a world that exists, but not that I know of here.
That's fine.
But any other questions? Niklaus, you seem to be in your thoughts right now.
Oh
What
no,
is
it's
on your
something-
mind?
It's completely different.
It does not matter to me if it's different.
I was just thinking about businesses, making money, you know. But we have no
Right.
time for that now.
Well, maybe down the line you may.
Maybe.
Do
Yeah,
you want to
maybe.
be my agent?
With infinite time comes infinite responsibility, something like that. I don't know.
I mean, interesting thought. But I have some other people to attend to. Welcome to the Opal Corporation in Schists. I hope that you pass the trial and get the nod from the sponsors to approve your entrance into the Opal Corps formally and be known as Opal Corps Travelers. So I look forward to that, and also to see what your abilities are, because depending on what you all bring to the table and are actually useful for, we may be able to curate the missions to give you more likelihood of survival. So this
Of what
is
kind?
just as much of a trial of your ability to survive in an encounter, but also to help us find what you're best suited for as a group. So take your time, and I know you haven't had much time to spend together as a group, but it's important to develop the chemistry, because there may be synergy that is very useful in the heat of combat, or perhaps there's a adversity that you must overcome that maybe you, Silver, cannot handle, that you may have to rely on Z. But that.
I doubt that.
Up top.
Well,
Hey, I give him for some skin. I hand him a little piece of skin.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. You can have that
that's
back.
dark.
I can.
No, give me
I
some.
can,
It's
I
you
can
never
ap-
heard the term "give me some skin"?
I can appreciate the literacy.
Mhm. Yes. Well, nice to meet you all. I'll see you tomorrow. And North, there's. Well, Ethan, see you later. And he kind of heads out. We'll take a quick 15-minute break. Um, you guys can kind of take some time to think about if there's anything you guys wanted to do tonight. But after this point, North is going to kind of show you around the facility to where your guys' main room is. And it's a larger room that has, it's kind of like a barracks, but smaller than that because it's meant for like crews to stay in. And it has like basic wares, things like that, changes of clothes, um, and like bread, fruits and stuff, basic things. But think about like maybe if there's anything you guys wanted to accomplish tonight or go look to do. But after that, we'll be headed towards the trial in the morning. All right.
Heard that.
Sounds
Word.
good. We will be back in about 15 minutes, everyone.
Be bye.
Beep boop. Hello.
Hey,
Welcome back.
Bina.
So, north. This is the quarters. I'm gonna go take care of some business. Um, just make sure you're here in the morning so we can head to the trial, to the arena. Sound good?
You bet. We'll be here in time. Don't worry.
Good. All right. And he kind of leaves, leaves you guys to your own devices.
You don't want to leave me alone with my own devices.
You.
I feel like there's some innuendo there. What kind of devices do you have?
That was a joke for PCs, for players. P's.
Breaks fourth wall. Z looks directly at the camera.
Just like straight up breaking it.
Stieg is going to take the time to take his armor off and switch just a few like articles of clothing around that he has on him to be a little more presentable, to have somebody at corporation actually like clean his armor.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more presentable.
Yep. You kind of make your way to like where the Great Hall is, and there's like kind of a receiving desk where there's a person who kind of offers services that are granted to the folks who are part of the Opal Corporation, and they're like, we'll have it returned to the room tonight.
Sorry, I just started yawning.
Wow, perhaps you should get some sleep.
I should have came home early and slept, but I didn't. Thank you.
Well, this can be your home if you would like.
As long as you got a bed that is as comfortable as the one on the ship, anyone can be home.
Fair enough. Well, thank you. And so they take your armor and they take it cleaned. Niklaus.
Small head back. No, you're good.
Okay. Niklaus, what are you trying to achieve tonight before rest?
He's kind of mapping out all the places that they've been today and jotting little notes down about everything they've seen, different people that he saw, different shops, different things he passed on the way through.
Okay. All right. Silver, is there anything you'd like to kind of do the night before, or?
Silver would like to visit one, an establishment that he's patroned many times in the past, and just try to catch up.
Like a bar?
Yes. Not like a brothel, if that's what you're implying.
No, that's where I'm going to solicit my own services.
So there is a place that's would Silver entertain like a bar that's more lively and it's more of like a or a tavern that's more of like the vibes of Chili's, or like more of like a friendly atmosphere bar?
Are you talking about like a Chili's or like a Texas Roadhouse bar?
Well, like I'm wondering if this would be a place that you would frequent. Like, would Silver like to be within a tavern that has it's more lighthearted, essentially. It's not serious, since there's stories being told, there's music being played, there's people playing cards, like, but more of a lighthearted tavern.
Yeah, it's clearly not a place that people kind of want to be at, but it's a place that lots of people are at. You know what I mean? It's
They
not
don't-
like They sell
Okay.
bad liquor, you know what I mean? They sell
Ooh.
cheap
Are you talking
cheap
about
drinks to people that want to get lit, but it's not like you're going there and if you're not in the right gang, you're gonna get freaking murked or something like that. It's just a place where people find themselves when they don't have a lot of money and
It's like a dive bar.
they just kind of wanna, yeah, kind of.
Okay. Um.
Ye old space saloon.
You know, like yeah, like a space bar, you know,
That's fair. Okay.
like the
Can-
rock.
Cantina, if you will.
Ooh.
Playing some jizz music.
So you're gonna head there.
Yep.
Seeger, are you just gonna return to the room and hang out for the night, or are you gonna go out and explore a bit?
kind of being told, very much the Rock is kind of fending for yourself and not having his armor for the time being, so he's gonna just kind of play it safe and go back to his room and just kind of tidy up the rest of his equipment, like his daggers and his rapier.
Friends.
Okay. Niklaus,
Hello.
what are you up to?
Just after he's done with all that, he's just gonna sleep.
Oh, that's fair. Z.
I am going to see if I can go make some cash money.
Oh, okay.
Well, first, hold on. I would like to find one of these masseuses for a decent price.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Copy that. Wow, that's the second time that's happened tonight.
You inquire with some folks who are around, and as some of you, if you leave the Opal Corporation headquarters, there's it's connected to what's known as the Great Market, which is this huge market, which is a large step up from the what's known as the lesser market. So obviously, it's why they're called that. But some folks are kind of like off put by your upbeatness, and you kind of inquire about that. But make a perception check as you're kind of not really getting the response you want because maybe perhaps you're a bit too upbeat about it. You I don't know what Oberon would do, but for the sake of something going on, um, Oberon's going to be kind of tagging along with you, just for story wise. This is something to do.
All right.
He's going to kind of like, hasn't been here before, neither of you, so it's like, hey, we'll just kind of hang out together. But he's not really participating in the whole like trying to acquire services. But he is kind of like tallying along with you for now, kind of keeping to himself a little bit, maybe.
I'm gonna be pointing out, like, I'm gonna be that like annoying tourist friend that's like pointing out things that are very easily noticeable, but like,
I love it.
I find
Oh, yeah,
exciting.
Big Ten. I think you find it's very cool that there's some airships that are literally just chilling in the market. Like they're just there, and they're set up for business from it. It's like they open up a door. It's like, hey, it's like a food truck almost, but it's like a fucking airship. But with your perception check, I will let you know that you overhear somebody saying that once they finish grabbing some stuff, they're heading over to the Happy Beholder for a drink.
The Happy Beholder, huh?
But that's about as close as you get to like any place that would provide a service. So whether or not that kind of makes you maybe they offer something, it's up to you to decide.
I mean, my only lead right now, so might as well.
Okay, so you're heading there. you guys kind of inquire here and there, like, where's the Happy Beholder? And they're like, oh, that's pretty close to the docks, but um, it's a lively place. And they kind of give you directions. So you guys are heading in the direction of that. Silver, you head even to like the northern side of the low city where the Wet Owl is set.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a. JD's face is just beautiful.
Oh, what a place the Wet
Yes.
Owl is.
Yes,
Yeah, you
it's,
do Wet Owl.
it's exactly
Me and
what
my
you'd think.
favorite. Let's go,
Um,
Mark.
The moist outlet.
The moist outlet.
You know what? I think we'll change it to that. That's even better.
They
I like
got
that
little-
way better.
They got little wet wipes at the bar after you eat your wings.
But you know what?
Moist owlets.
But they're all
Towelette.
used.
Oh.
They're all like there's none new.
Towelette,
They're
towelette.
all used. Like this is but yeah, with you heading there, you're outside the outlet and it's one of those bars where the doors just propped open the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's you're not sure if it's because the door's busted or they're just like want to air it out a bit. But it has that welcoming kind of alcohol, that dried lager smell where it's like you had a beer can out overnight and it
Yeah.
has that kind of that. It's refreshing and Marv kind of like turns into like a kind of morphs into a little bit of like an owl and kind of you head in there and like you get I assume the regular and there are some other patrons in there but unfortunately nobody that you recognize. It seems like there's a couple locals that are just passed out at a table just like holding onto a cup. There's like there's a guy that's in the corner that's attempting to play a lute and it's rough. But thankfully he's not singing. It's just really cringe, like strumming. You almost hear the beginning of Wonderwall, but then he messes it up and he has to start over. So, but yeah, the lighting in here is poor. It's got cheap drinks, and that's all that matters. Alcohol is alcohol, and you spend some time there. Oberon and Z, you eventually happen down it's kind of tucked, like there's all these buildings that are kind of situated, but there's these alleyways that aren't straight alleys. They're like kind of like almost labyrinth through the buildings, and you kind of walk around this one square, like this one block of buildings like multiple times, and you're like, where the fuck is this place? And eventually someone's like, oh, it's inside there. And you head down one of these alleys that seems darker than normal, because like right now it's the Rock of Brawl kind of like coasts around a bit of this main kind of star. So like there are times where there's like what would be considered nighttime, where there's not really direct path from the sun, the star. And but in any case, you head down this alley, and then there's this giant wooden sign of this circle with an eye and like eye stalks. It's very like generic and kind of like what you'd expect it to be, and it just says the Happy Beholder. It just says this big smile. It's like a smiley face logo with just a single eye, and it's a big toothy grin. And you even before you're walking up to it, you hear like there's lots of voices. There's actual decent quality music being played, and the door, it's double doored and they're wide open, and you can kind of smell like very this savory smell that's exuding from this building, and it's like this nice kind of glowing space. And you enter in with Oberon. This seems to be... That was a question, Z.
You're asking me if I enter in with Oberon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one leading the way.
this place is right up your alley.
The
Um,
the
the
beholder.
happy beholder
Yeah.
is this is your bread and butter, buddy. Everybody's having a good time. You walk in, people are laughing. The lighting is really bright. You kind of head in, and there's like 3 dozen people in here. Uh, the the bar itself is just very large, and it's very like it's high quality for being in a low city, but like there's leather booths, there's tables, there's a proper bar, there's music, like I said, and you guys kind of take a moment and you look around like holy shit. Um, but there's like there's an open you notice there's an open table, there's an open booth, and there's some space at the actual bar. So it's up to you where you'd like to sit.
110%. I'm going right up to the bar.
Okay. You head up to the bar and like there's no bartender there at the moment, but there's folks, and you and Oberon kind of secure a couple stools, and it's a really cool vibe. There's like really nice music playing, like I said, like quality, and uh, there's like there's a large kind of arched opening behind the bar, and then eventually like you kind of whatever you're doing, maybe whether you're making small talk with Oberon or just kind of taking in the sights, and just like you said, you like to people watch, and there's a lot of characters in here. You notice there's a pair of twins sitting in the booth that are wearing like the same armor and like big hooped earrings that are like having drinks, and they have like 7 tankards that are out there. Just like some are knocked over. But from behind the bar, through this large opening, you see this blue eyeball kind of peer out and like kind of look at you, and then out comes this large beholder that's got like kind of whitish skin around like right below the eye and like kind of the mouth, and then it's got these big blue kind of eye stalks that are out, all kind of like the same kind of orange colored eyeball, and he's got this big toothy grin, and he's like, ha ha, new patrons, and he kind of floats over, and he's like, welcome. You can call me Large Luigi. Welcome to my tavern.
Large Luigi. This man is gonna be my best friend. This beholder is gonna be my best friend. Oh man.
Actually, Sieg does have something he wants to do when you wrap up with Z here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Large Luigi.
He's like, welcome. Welcome. Where are you from? What are you doing here? How are you? Want a drink?
You are delightful. I just want to tell you that. First of all, right off the bat.
He like does like a little tippy tap with 2 eye stalks.
Oh, this is incredible. I've never seen a beholder in person before. This is amazing.
Well,
oh
hello.
man, sorry, I've got the jitters a little bit. My name is Z, or well,
Hello?
my full name is Zivatir, but everybody calls me Z. It's just easier that way,
Now that sounds like a beholder name.
Z or
That's-
Zivatir?
Zivatir sounds very cool and ominous.
It's all right. It's not too bad.
I
But
think it's cool.
I have my friend here, Oberon. Say hi, Oberon.
I assume he interacts however Oberon interacts. We haven't had enough playtime for me to roleplay him yet, so
That seems accurate.
I don't want to. He kind of engages in pleasantries.
I would like to order 2 drinks, one for myself and one for my friend Oberon, and I would also like to pick your brain a little bit about some stuff around here.
He kind of floats in really close. One of the eye stalks come down and like itches his chin. He's like, "Well, what would you like to know?"
I would like to know where a nice masseuse would be around here.
His eyes start like going all around. He's like, and he gets really close. He's like, "What kind of masseuse?"
I need one that's going to prepare me for certain and I'll lean in and almost like whisper certain explicit activities.
one of his eye stalks goes off and like blasts his ceiling. He's like, holy shit, okay. Oh, I know. He kind of leans in sideways with his eye kind of looking aside, and he's like, don't worry, I got you.
It needs to be
and
affordable too. I don't have like I don't have a whole lot of coin to spend, but I do have some. I just want to
You
make
can
sure.
tell them Luigi sent you. Don't worry.
Don't
Um,
do that, Luigi. Come on.
And he kind of floats over, and you can see kind of like one of the eye stalks kind of like glows for a minute, and like two tankards levitates over and sets down in front of you guys. And he's like, well, I'm a little bit of a know-it-all, but what would you like to know? I know a lot of things about this place, and I am happy to share it with you.
Yeah.
Not fancy of politics, but I do love a good conversation, and I love spreading knowledge and perhaps learning a thing or two in the process.
Okay. So, the first one, what I just asked. Secondly,
I'll give you paper. You don't worry about it. We don't.
Okay. Yeah. I'll pull out.
And then you just hear in your head. He doesn't move his lips. He's like, 3 blocks down.
3 blocks down.
You will see a red canary.
3 blocks down. Tribute band at 3 doors down.
Ooh, what? Is that some sort of weird Tyrolean thing?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'll show you sometime. But also, I'm in the market for a home here on Brawl. Do you know anything?
Low city, middle city, upper city?
Probably in the middle city, I would say.
Ooh, okay. Probably in the range of like, probably about 30,000 gold pieces, roughly.
Okay.
And that's for like a 1-bedroom house. It's kind of a studio apartment type. More of like a condo, but you know, if it's for you, a bachelor of sorts, which I assume you are, if you're looking for some type of entertainment. But you want something a bit bigger, it is going to cost you. Or something nicer.
For sure. I'm really just looking for something that's not, the
new
slums.
construction, or
Doesn't have to be. Just has to be nice enough for a single individual that's looking to just enjoy the rest of the time
kind of like
they have.
maybe put down some roots, maybe, or
Yeah.
any interest in like kids or
No.
okay, all right.
No,
all right.
just a nice quaint place.
Like in
maybe with,
general,
like,
no kids or
Oh no,
ever?
they have one child, but they've grown up and left.
For this person.
For this person, yes. This person.
Oh,
this person.
it's not
has
for you.
No, it is not.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's and I'll lean in again. It's for my father.
What's it like having a father? I didn't really know my father.
I didn't really know my mother, so probably the same.
Oh, all right. Well, yes, I'm sure that. I mean, as long
Absolutely.
as I don't mind.
Didn't answer the question at all.
Nope.
What was the
Nothing
question?
there.
What was the
What's it
question?
like not having a father? And he's like, well, I didn't have a mother, so probably the same. What does that have to do with the...
let the crazy talk.
Listen, it's fine. It's fine. It's all totally cool. It's totally cool.
We're
It's all
both.
the other-
It's common ground. It's all right. Yeah, no, I just need something like something small-ish, not like overly crazy, because he's not like a big flashy guy. I mean, like, if you look at me, you would never know, but I'm just more vibrant. He's just a simple.
What does he do for work? What's his skills?
Well, he's a simple farming man back down.
Okay.
Oh shit! Hold on. Pull out the old backstory. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, he's just a homestead farmer down on Tyrrell, where I lived.
Any other skills? Because I mean, not really a lot of farming goes on here.
No. I'm trying to get him like a nice he did so much for me growing up, especially with mom not there. You know, I just want to give him like a nice retirement.
I mean, it's retiring in the astral sea is a beautiful thing because you don't require food, sleep, or well, you do require sleep, you do require rest, but you don't age, you don't need food.
Exactly, that's the thing. Because as soon as I heard that you don't age out here, I immediately thought like, how sad is this gonna be if I'm out here and I'm not aging and I come back and your old dad's gone, you know? Like
Your dad's like mummified or something? That'd be crazy.
100%. Like
Yeah,
it's just,
wow.
I'm not about that life. You know what I'm saying?
How long you been out here?
Literally day one. This is my first day.
Oh, whoa! All right.
Yes.
Well,
I'm
welcome.
super excited though.
Welcome to the circus.
I am part of
You
the
like his
circus.
eye stalks kind of like do a little thing.
While he's doing that,
Yes.
I'll bring my wings out and do the same thing. Do.
I would assume Oberon's just like pinching his bridge of his nose and just like kind of scooching his stool a little bit away from you guys, perhaps. I would presume. But is there any other thing you'd like to ask Luigi tonight, or are you just having?
Nope. I'm just having those drinks. I'll put a gold piece on the table or in his eye stock, whatever.
In his eyes.
I got three of us were like, oh god.
Oh.
Not like that. He just like lifts it up off the table and like
I don't know
telekinetically.
I don't know how much the drinks were, so
He's like, thank you.
I'm assuming that a gold piece will cover both.
Yeah. it would cover your drinks for the night. I mean,
Man.
I'm only having one. I don't know how many Oberon is having, but I'm only having one because I just came in for some information to find out and to support local business.
fair enough. Yeah, that should cover it. I mean, there's peanuts too, so that's good.
Whole lot of peanuts.
Yeah, mixed nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Pick through the almonds. You are headed to find the Red Canary, yes?
I am. I don't know if Oberon is coming with me or not, but
Oberon's gonna be like, I think this is where we part ways, and he's going to.
Are you
head back.
sure? Like, it could be really good for you, really healing.
This is not a multiplayer thing.
But
Have fun.
deep tissue massage really brings out some emotion, and Oberon, it looks like you have some emotion pent up.
I've got enough for right now. He leaves.
All right.
And
I will
You do.
saunter 3
You
blocks
saunter,
down.
and you do kind of look around, and you see this. There's like a regular unsuspecting house with there's like a kind of like a mailbox of sorts that's built in the side of the house, and there's like a metallic red painted like canary bird that's there, and you're like
I will nonchalantly move to the Red Canary and open the door.
I have no interest in role playing a massage or any extracurricular activities for you, but it costs you 5 gold and you enjoy yourself.
Fine.
Are you
for
kidding me?
I am glad.
What is the point of doing this
Thank
if
you.
I can't have you and Patty role playing
Thank you
him
very
proffering
much.
sexual activities from a space wench, brother?
Listen.
You should make him do this, Tim. You should make him do this.
Live on air.
I'm glad that you did not.
You shouldn't be able to get to do this for free.
I didn't. I paid 5 gold for it.
You should have to pay something.
I did 5 gold.
Listen.
Oh, I'm talking about more than just gold.
Ooh.
6 gold.
Listen. There's enough that Patrick and I do in real life that I don't need to know anymore. So
This is
I'm
accurate.
good.
Oh my god.
How long does it take?
You and
I don't know.
your
You
freaking
tell me.
face suckers.
I'm assuming probably like I'm assuming
Not long at all.
I'm not looking for a magical
I think-
ending. Not looking for a magical ending, as it were.
Oh, you're looking for like a traditional massage?
I am. I'm looking for deep tissue, get real limber, get real comfortable. Because after this, I'm gonna go solicit work.
Well, you can do both here. So you do manage.
Oh. So I can spend money and make money here.
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible.
I will tell you that you can make a performance check for me.
Yes, please.
Cost you 5 gold for the massage.
Yep, already done.
Yep, and then performance check.
10.
You make 10 gold pieces.
Let's go, baby.
They doubled your money.
Satisfaction.
I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Copy that. I think I might have something that helps me with my con check. So con saving throws. Features and traits. Let me double check. Advantage on survival checks. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
Advantage on sexual activities? No.
Incredible. Oh no, I haven't taken appointed to bard yet. Okay, I do not. I just want to double check. I do have something.
no
I do have
worries.
something for con, but it is not for saving throws. 18.
Hey-oh! Wow. Nice.
Hey,
You did well.
that's pretty good.
Very good, very good. The night goes well.
Do we have room and board from the Opal Core?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they North showed you guys to your crew barracks because there are about a dozen large rooms that are temporary boarding for you guys when you're on the Rock of Brawl. And I mean, part of the conversations that happen to, I mean, you guys don't get like an instructional booklet, but like there are conversations had where, places where there are Opal academies, there are like room and board is there for you. Might not be to the level as here at the headquarters, but you will always have a place to stay as long as you're in a world or a universe or on a planet that actually has one, or in an area that has one. So something to kind of keep in mind. Like if you were to return back to Toril, like you could stay there.
Very cool.
Yeah, you have a successful night.
Fantastic. And after that successful night, I will head back to the room and board provided.
Yes. Magnus, did you hear about Large Luigi?
Yeah, the Beholder.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't want to come with me to the Red Robin? Or the Red Canary? The Red Robin, oh no.
Red Canary?
2 for 1 apps.
No, I had one thing I kind of was thinking of doing.
Awesome!
Oh, okay, yeah.
2 for
Yeah,
1?
yeah.
Let's go, baby.
It's actually
I was
Oberon who paid you 10 gold.
Oh.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Oh
put it
my
after.
god.
It's just a blindfold the
I mean,
entire
I
time.
can change my appearance, so
Oh.
you don't know.
I love it.
I was wondering if there's any like either homeless or kind of people who are kind of just out on the street.
Oh God, in troves in the Low City.
Okay. In that case, I might just find either a person or a couple of people who are looking down and kind of just spend like a while just kind of like chatting and like telling stories of like just any sorts of things and just kind of both getting like the vibe of them in the city, but mainly just to kind of connect with people there.
Okay. Yeah, that's before you head to sleep for the night, or when you part ways with Z.
Yeah, this is after when he went to the Red Canary.
Okay. When you get into Fantasy Grounds, I'm gonna have you roll a perception check since you're out and mingling with the people.
I am loading
No
right
rush.
now.
No rush. No rush.
No rushing.
You said a performance check?
Perception. I'm sorry.
Perception.
Performance only if you were the one in the room with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With advantage.
I will
I
be
feel like
judging.
that could be like deception.
Oh.
Well, yeah, and like he could like, yeah. Never mind. He could totally fool you.
He could be brown, he could be blue, he could be violet
Yeah.
sky.
I also I think for this I would change my appearance.
Okay.
Maybe just look like a ordinary looking like half elf man.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I am in percept.
Nice. Above average.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, you spend time kind of interacting with folks, and um, uh, one of the oh yeah, let me show you the picture of large Luigi because he's awesome.
He really is, though.
Oh, very nice.
He's cool. He's really really chill. But you happen across like wildly varying creatures and species that are strung out or looking for work that just appreciate the interaction with another person, like genuinely. Um, but as you're kind of walking about, um, you you happen to see um, like a human male who's sitting on the ground, and he's got like a brown overcoat on, kind of dirty, and there's someone who's like putting has their hand on his shoulder. This person's wearing dark maroon robes, um, like darker than maroon, um, and the hood is up, and they have their hand on this guy's shoulder. And then as they stand up, they kind of turn to look like in the direction of you. You're like 50 feet away in like this crowd within like the lesser market. And you see like this white, it almost reminds you of like a plague doctor mask, but instead of that, it's more of like a dragon, and it has like a long pointed nose, and you can kind of see there's eyes cut out in the eye holes, and you kind of see the eyes kind of look not directly at you. It's like they're looking at you, but they kind of look over in your direction, and they kind of skulk back and head down an alleyway.
Huh.
But it is odd because most people here are just like they have their face shown. They're kind of dressed in like regular, like what you would assume to be regular clothes. Like it's this is like an odd sight
like
for
a
you.
festival kind of like a mask, or like is it just
It's
strange?
it's like it just looks like they're just wearing this mask. It almost looks like a masquerade mask, but it's like of like a white dragon head.
Yeah, I think.
And then they
I
have
would
this cloak over it.
Yeah, like I think I'm mainly coming out of both like to help and also just out of curiosity. So I think that would intrigue me and
Okay.
might follow along.
Okay, so you head down, you kind of um you walk past that homeless guy who's still kind of sitting there like hunched over, just sitting there, just not really doing much, has a little fucking cup on the ground. Kind of clock him, he's sitting there, and then you look down the one alley that you believe he walked down, and you can kind of see him about 30 feet away just as he's cutting the corner down the other part of the alley. You gonna continue following him down here?
Uh, yeah, I think I will. And can I look back and see if like the homeless man who was on the ground seems like fine, or like has anything from their interaction, or if he gave him
Oh,
something? Or...
yeah. He seems to just be hanging out there. Like he just seems cold. Like it's kind of cooler out right now. He does have like a almost like a brown leather duster on, but it's like very shabby and
Mhm.
kind of like a little bit of redness to the cheeks and like a little redness to the nose. Just kind of cold, just hanging out, kind of leaned up against a building. Um, there wasn't a single coin in that dude's cup when you walked
Oh.
by. But you clock back, see him. Are you heading down that alley?
Yeah, I'll follow down the alley.
He cuts down, like he takes a right turn in the alley, and then you kind of continue to follow him, and he's exiting out into one of the main roads. Whoops. Let me share with you so you can see as well. You are in this section here, which is like the lesser market. This man that's in the cloak and the mask heads down, cuts in the alley, and heads towards like the main street or main thoroughfare that kind of you guys originally got off of the Tulip's Repose to kind of come into the city. And you kind of come out and you're kind of, there's a decent amount of people, but you can kind of see them continuing to walk to the right, kind of eastward if we were to use cardinal directions down this main road. He's just kind of walking down the street. Are you going to follow him?
Yeah, I think I would just keep kind of going. Like, I'm not trying to be like sneaking in like the shadows or anything, just kind of casually walking along. Curious about what's up with this dude.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Cardinal directions.
I know, right?
Is that why I had to make a con saving throw? I didn't follow the directions?
Wow.
Oh,
Maybe.
No.
He eventually heads towards the hell? Oh, I dragged it on the map by accident. Well, he heads from the what's known as the low city to the middle city, and he finds his way into like a large nondescript building that's, I don't know, it just seems like another regular kind of house essentially. Nothing seems odd about the house, but you do eventually kind of wind up there outside.
Okay. I think I'll keep kind of walking along, but I'll kind of keep note of where the house was and
Okay.
just that was an interesting face covering. Probably continue on with what I was doing.
The house that you seen was right here. I don't know if you can see my little black mark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was a house he entered into. Where are you going to head to now for the rest of the night?
I think, where is the headquarters?
If you follow my line from the docks, it heads to this kind of this cerulean blue roofed building complex that's connected to what's known as the Great Market, which you kind of went through a little bit and kind of looked around with Z, where they just is tons of stalls, different vendors. There's tents of like beer tents, and there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay. In that case, I'll probably follow that kind of main road down, and probably similarly like stopping on my way and like talking to people, and not really in a rush to get anywhere for the resting for the night.
Some kind of interesting information that you get. Are you trying to learn more about life here, or are you just because it could be an opportunity if you kind of procure like some information about the rock.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. Like, it's just learning about the individual people more just casually, but if they share anything about kind of what's just going on like publicly, I would listen into that as well.
Are you offering information that like you're new here, or like this is your first time, or anything like that? Like, would you go like, hey, I'm new here, blah blah blah, X Y Z?
I would very consistently, whenever I'm talking with someone, deflect the conversation to back to them. I won't really give much information about myself. I might tell of stories of like that may or may not be true of things that I've seen or experienced, but being pretty vague and not giving much detail.
I mean, I would say make a like a charisma check. Yeah, just in terms of like just holding a conversation and just wouldn't really call it persuasion per se. But I mean, with a 10, I mean like you glean like some like basic information, which is like kind of what you've heard before, but maybe a little bit more detail about life here, specifically how order is maintained. Um, General like lawlessness like is prevalent in the city, but your time walking about, it doesn't mean that order isn't a factor. You can kind of see throughout your time walkthrough that most citizens kind of just police themselves in terms of like they hold themselves up to a certain standard. It's kind of like this mutual respect thing, or if somebody like you've seen a disagreement where like there's two punches thrown, one back and forth, and then they just go, they just spit on the ground, they just walk away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
You noticed in the Happy Beholder, there's hired muscle that large Luigi has, but like they're hanging out, having a good time, having a drink. Like that tavern's way more lighthearted and not like it doesn't take itself too serious. Uh,
And do most people carry weapons then? Just
oh yeah,
around the town?
yeah. There's definitely most smart people. At least in the middle city and the lower city, there's weapons that are kind of at their side. Um, you kind of gather that reporting crimes to a certain extent is like voluntary. Like mainly because um, people don't really tend to bother reporting crimes because usually they result in investigations, and the proceedings for the legality aspect of it take up so much time. Like you overhear a conversation about this guy who, some dude came and like broke his window, and it's been a year and a half so far dealing with the courts and the magistrates to try to fucking get literally like 10 gold pieces out of a kid. It's just, it's at that point where it's like, it's interesting piece. Um, that there's a palace that's in the high city where, or at least you gather at some point about, um, there's a palace called Starhaven where Prince Andrew lives, and there's various noble estates up there in the high city. Um, uh, there's other things you kind of glean, but nothing like super important. But general things like that to kind of get the vibe, and like kind of it helps you kind of understand how to kind of hold yourself, and like it's important to walk with purpose, and you kind of do decently well.
Yeah.
Anything else anyone wants to do tonight before you guys wake up in the morning to take on the trial?
Me.
No, sir.
See,
Um.
hit me with it.
Roughly how late is it for us after Sieg had his armor sent out to be cleaned? Is it late enough that like shops are still open?
I would say yeah.
All right. Sieg would like to take the opportunity after he sends his armor out to go try to procure some leatherworking tools and, if possible, a couple of like 3-foot chunks of leather.
Okay. Um, you inquire with somebody within the Opal Core, and they pretty straightforward uh, tell you, hey, like there's a merchant company that's not far from here, that's on the outskirts of the great market, that's very successful, and they have trading vessels that specialize in trafficking weapons, furs, and you're like, oh, okay, that sounds like um, seems like a place where you'd go because they would have that merchandise for you. You can go into the great market and easily find a tanner.
Um, yeah, I want to, like I said, I want to purchase a set of leatherworkers tools and like maybe 2 chunks of like 3-foot long pieces of leather. And then on my trip out and then on my way back, are the streets like empty, like of like debris and stuff, or is it like a case of like there's like rocks and stuff on the ground?
Yeah, you can find like little stones and things of that nature
Okay.
here in the middle city. Yeah.
On my way back, I'd also like to kind of as I'm going, like occasionally like look down. I want to try to like find like the roundest like stones I can find, like maybe like a hand and a half full of those,
Okay, yeah.
and I'm gonna pocket them. And when I get back to my room, um, I want to cut like a foot off of one of the chunks of leather and attempt to make essentially a copy of my coin pouch.
All right.
And I want to stuff the rocks inside of it if I can make it.
Okay, so leather workers' tools are 6 gold pieces.
Okay.
You want those?
Yeah.
Okay, those are in your inventory. I don't think if I put in. Let me see. That's gonna be. Yeah. See, if I look up leather, it's just gonna think I'm looking up armor.
Yeah.
I would say you can buy. You want 2 3-foot squares?
Either that
2
or
yards?
Sure. Either that or like just one long piece of whatever it would be equivalent to.
Okay, yeah. You're looking at like 15 gold pieces for the leather,
Okay.
and it's really good quality. Like it's got, it's not dry. It seems really decent, and it seems like a decent deal. And considering like buying a set of leather armor is like 10 gold pieces, like getting like the raw materials for like $15 or 15 gold pieces is all right. That makes sense.
Yeah, easy enough. I'll pay that too.
Let me do this. Do a yard of leather. Get 2 of those. And the weight is probably going to be. Ooh, I'm going to look. It doesn't really matter. I guess it should. We're not doing weight for gold, but. Actually, I can just look at this. Hold on. Duh. Ooh, it's going to be like 20 pounds. So about 10 pounds, 20 pounds total. Okay. We're good. Sweet. All good, brother. So, while you're up there, I would say your leather workers tools will allow you to add your proficiency bonus. Where'd it go? Here it is. So you can roll D20 and add +2 to it. Nice. A dirty 20 is beautiful for that. It takes you probably about like an hour after you get back to kind of like make it so it's very similar, and like for first try, like works out well. And it just kind of goes to show how you're able to utilize your ability to kind of utilize the kind of voices of the dead that are around you, kind of give you that knowledge, and you kind of your eyes kind of glaze over for a moment. It's almost like it's not even your hands doing it. It's like it's almost like it's somebody else is doing it for you.
And then I know the receptionist or whatever said that they would return my armor by that night.
Mm-hmm.
Sieg's gonna stay up long enough to receive his armor, and then he's gonna go immediately to bed. I'm assuming we'll have enough time for a long rest before the trial.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. After going to bed, Sieg's gonna wake again. I'm just gonna go with the working tools again for whispers.
Mm-hmm.
In pretty much anytime before the trial, I would like to attempt to sew a pouch on the inside of the breastplate of my armor to put my actual coin purse.
All right, make another D20. Just roll straight D20, add 2.
The one I really care about is the
one. You sew in this little patch. It's probably going to be about, I don't know. It's got to be pretty big to hold like your coin pouch. But you sew that into the inside of your breastplate. Put your coin pouch in there.
And then do we have like storage chests in our rooms, or like a place to store things that like we don't want to carry with us, or is it just kind of like a bed and like that's about it?
I mean, like there's like this is like a private room for you guys. Like there's definitely spots like wardrobes, chests, things of that nature you can store stuff in.
Okay. Kind of once he finishes up with the sewing that pocket in, I'm gonna just kind of like put whatever's left of the leather on top of like the dresser for the time being.
Okay, yeah, easy.
Yeah, that's all I really wanted to do, and then pretty much I'll just wait for the rest of the group.
Okay. Morning comes. You all head to the dining hall of the Global Corporation's headquarters here, which is large. It's similar to in scale and like how it's set up to like if you've ever seen like the Harry Potter movies where they have like just long tables that just have seats, large kind of gated up there. There's more glass windows up top. So you guys are able to eat something in the morning. Is there anything anyone wants to do before heading towards the trial, meeting up with North?
No, sure.
Okay.
Nope.
You guys
I'm
have
good.
a bite to eat and meet up with North in the entrance hall here to the headquarters. And he's like, are you guys all ready? I'll be up there cheering for you. Just please don't give Tulip's Repose a bad name.
You got it. Aye, Captain. We'll give it a good name, all right?
Well, just to give you a little bit of insight of what to expect, when I did my trial with my original crew, I had to face off against 4 displacer beasts, but instead of tentacles, they had daggers, and they shot laser beams out of their eyes. It was crazy. So good luck, and he continues to leads you down one of the roads towards the arena.
Just, like, walking down the road, like mouthing, just like displacer beast with dagger. Like,
Did he say lasers?
Yeah.
Eyes.
He's like, interesting. Eventually, it led to a more what you'd consider like the high city. There's a festival grounds that's here, and there's an arena known as the Arena of Froon. It's kind of what you'd expect. It's I don't know if it actually shows it here. Oh yeah, there it is. Hi, Dee. As you guys can probably see on the map, there's a round circle that's red. A round circle. Jesus, guys, help me. Help me. There's a red circle that's in like the southern, right smack dab in the middle. Yep. And kind of leads you in, and there's shit tons of people already there. You guys are led to like an area, like a prep hall, where there's like kind of like almost like a barracks type area to kind of prepare, and there's like, I don't know, like very basic swords and weapons there as like a you could use. North's like, yeah, you guys can use this stuff, but I wouldn't rely on it. If you're used to something or you're comfortable with a weapon you already have, I would go with that. Like I said, be prepared for anything. Use your head. Use your muscles. Do not worry about dying. We'll bring you back to life. Might just be disappointed in you, that's all. But anyway, I'm cheering for you. Everyone's out there, even our navigator, so Frey's up there too, so good luck. And he leaves this room. Is there anything you guys need to do to prepare, like in this space? There's like a traditional, like large metal gate. There's a dude that's standing there, like waiting for you guys. He's like, you guys are gonna go on in about 20 minutes. You guys need to do anything to prepare for battle?
I don't think so. I think Silver's just rip roaring and ready to get this done with so he can be on his way.
Sweet.
I will kind of go to each member of our party and kind of just check in with them and be like, I think whatever it is, I'm sure we'll be able to handle it, knowing you all barely at all, but I'm sure that'll be fine. And I'll give all 4 of you bardic inspiration, which you can use in the next 10 minutes.
But isn't it in 20 minutes from now?
Or I'll do
right
it right
before you go
before
on.
it starts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give it all to you so you can use it while you're waiting for the fight to happen.
Nah, thank you.
Yeah, I'll give that. And then I still have 1 use left in case someone else. But that's
Now
a
everyone,
D6
let's
to
make-
whatever roll you want.
Let's make the tulips repose proud, okay? Keep your wits about ye, all right? These things can be quite brutal. I've seen a couple of them myself. I've been in the stands of these.
Nice. What is this? Excellent. You all kind of you hear the clink, 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 clink of the metal gate kind of raise up, and out you see kind of out there. There's this kind of the sandstone like tiling of the ground where it's just this kind of tannish colored ground, and it's just bare kind of just all the way across. It's not sand, it's like hard stone, and you can see there's all these pillars that kind of go up all around in this kind of circle, and there's just rows of just seating, and there's all sorts of people. There's another deck where there's fewer people, where you assume perhaps the sponsors are or something of the like. And it's a pretty big space. It's quite fascinating. That there's this eerie light that doesn't have a source, but it's there. And you kind of come out and you hear like just the gate kind of close behind you, and there's a voice that kind of echoes out throughout the arena, and it's just like, hush, silence now. And the crowd kind of like dies down a bit, and you kind of look up. I want everybody to make a perception check.
Got a boss. Ooh.
Nice.
Where the hell my perception?
Nice.
Come on now. There.
Where's Z's perception?
Where's his perception?
Where is
Yeah,
the
make a perception check.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's see. His perception is in the fucking gutter tonight. Every single perception check I've made is a
Dude.
5 tonight.
2. What the hell, man? Oberon, you kind of spy with your eyes, like this voice is echoing through the place, but it's hard to pinpoint. But you kind of hone in on where this voice is coming from, and you can see there's this robed kind of tentacled face individual who's got, like I said, that red kind of scarf, but it's kind of, I can't really see. It's pretty far away, but like you can tell, it's like you can see. I don't know if you would really know it, but it's what you're seeing is like a mind flayer, but like in the same kind of garb as like Ethan Cruel and some of the other folks you've seen walking about. But this is kind of like on another level. They've got like kind of gold stuff and anybody else who didn't roll too
Yep.
kind of see this. But the voice kind of continues out. Welcome to the arena. We are here to test the new initiates of the Opal Corporation. Place your bets now. Good luck. And then the crowd starts like going absolutely apeshit. And you guys are just kind of like, I don't know, what's your guys's? I'm gonna put you guys out here, and then I will let you guys kind of maneuver you guys where your setup would be.
I'm removing. Is it safe to remove the map?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
You have a new map now.
Yeah.
So the token movement's unlocked, so you guys can like organize you guys how you guys would like. But you guys entered in from the southern end of this.
Whoa, he's going so fast.
God dang, the cloud.
That wasn't me.
Silver's stuck up in the stands. Somebody get him down.
I'm clipping him.
Click, 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 click,
No,
click.
no clip. God mode.
No clip, God mode. TGM, yep.
You guys happy with that arrangement?
Oh yeah.
What's this? A
Oh yeah.
statue over here?
I'm on the outside. You know what I mean? They're
Okay.
sticking together as much as I can. I'm probably gonna stick behind Seaguard. Yeah, I'm gonna keep his flank.
Like here.
Yeah.
You gotta be in a square.
I
Square's
thought I was in
important.
a square. Am I not in a square?
You
Oh,
are.
okay. Oh,
There
it
you
was
are.
like a half. It was like a half square situation. Okay.
Yar now.
I'm trying to get an extra 2.5 feet of movement. I see what you're doing.
Oh, you think I'm not, brother? You think I wouldn't take an extra 2.5
Watch
feet of
me.
movement? You're a
Watch me.
psychopath if you think I wouldn't try to take another 2.5 feet of movement.
Absolutely nuts.
Crazy if you
Let me
think
see what this soundboard sounds like. I'm kind of scared. There we go. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that sound was, but it scared me.
I didn't even
I'm turning
have one.
whatever that is. I'm turning that dude off. We just want crowd and music. There we go. Whatever that creature was screaming in Sirenscape.
Oh no.
That's not
I don't even-
ominous at all.
All I'm hearing is
one-
eerie music from.
Good.
Oh wait. Nope. Never mind. Here it comes.
Oh yeah, I might have to turn it up a little bit. It's kind of jammy. Oh yeah, it's wicked low. I'm sorry. There we go. The one thing you guys notice, Oberon, as you peg that, you get ready, battle mode. There are 2 pedestals that are. I'll mark them on the map. They're pedestals that are about 3 feet high. There's like a dish, like a bowl, like a stone bowl there. And just from this perception you see, there's nothing in them.
Mm.
Everything else, totally bare ground. Out from the, right across the way of the arena, from the shadows, kind of this, you see blowing in the wind, draped cloth off this skinny figure, and you see in the shadow the silhouette is holding a staff, and it walks out kind of in the space, and it looks like so.
Oh, let's go.
And slams its thing down, and I'll have you guys roll
Ew.
initiative. It's
Slam the thing down.
average size thing.
I'm
Okay.
assuming squares are 5 feet.
Yes.
Oh, I'm supposed to have a +1 to my initiative as well, my dude.
Hey, look, there's a 2 for me there, Pat.
So I'm supposed to have a +4 to my initiative, my friend.
Whoa, not 12. There you go.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
Plus 12. All right.
I'll take
Everybody
it.
good?
20.
Sweet. Sweet round 0. Zivatir, you kind of at the start of the round, you see this skinny, kind of tall, gangly guy kind of walk out across from you.
Righty then. So, since it's an arena setting,
Sure.
Z is going to like saunter a little bit, just like 1 foot in front of the other, and just like slowly pull out one scimitar and twirl it, and pull another one out and twirl it, and he is going to make sure I do this right.
This music kind of jammy.
Yo, for sure.
Is music kind of jammy?
He is going to take is it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. He is going to like crouch down into like a crescent stance with one scimitar like up above his head behind him and the other one out forward. And he's gonna do it right arm up, left arm forward. His left eye is going to glint and show purple, and I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on
okay.
this individual here. This is a self thing, so I'm going to target myself. There we go.
Nice.
So, let me see. I do an extra 1d6 damage. All eyes on this individual.
All
Okay.
eyes on me, all eyes
Silver,
on me.
you up, bro?
Silver gonna get John wet from the brony. Okay. Are these pots and pedestals? Is like pedestal, like what is it made out of?
It looks to be the same material as the ground, like kind of this tannish, limestone-like material.
Okay, and there's bowls on top of them.
Yep.
And each of these is 5 feet.
Yep.
I got 30 movement.
Yep.
15, 20, 25, like this, or can I go diagonal?
Yes.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, I'm stepping up here. What is this like? Can't do a. How do you do a line? How do I draw a how do I?
I think you can go to like your pointers, right-click pointers, and draw an arrow.
I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna right-click pointers, draw arrow. I'm here to be 35 feet away from Nat John. Okay. All right. I don't know what the range is on my blaster, but I'm gonna try and blast them.
I think. Let's see. Pretty certain that's
Within pistol range.
Hold on. Doesn't tell what the range is? Hold on. It does on D&D Beyond.
I was gonna say, Rob, if you click the little dragon next to it, next to ammunition, there should be in parentheses 2 numbers there. Those are your ranges.
It doesn't have that on his. It's weird.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I know. I was like looking at it for 2. I was like, where the hell is this?
It is properties loading, range, ammunition. That is its properties.
Range is 3090, so you're good.
Oh, he's getting rocked, bro. All right.
I believe after 30 feet, it's a disadvantage, and you can still hit within 90 feet with disadvantage, but after that, it just misses.
Disadvantage enabled. Skirt. I very much miss. And then that's all I can do.
Can I like edit this? Hold on. Range.
You said 30 and
30, 90. Yep. Boom. I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but I put it in there.
RTX 3090. What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Out of curiosity, the stuff like directly north of Sieg, is that like stuff actually on the field or just cosmetic stuff on the map?
It's just cosmetic stuff on the map. It's all flat.
Okay, well, there was that idea. So I'm just gonna move.
The Glouse, you're up next.
60. I'm just gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna move 20, and then I'm going to use. Okay, can't do anything with that.
Make a perception check.
Me?
Yes. Shit. You can make a perception check too, Silver.
I cannot see. I am legally blind.
Thank you.
I
Thank you for the rolls.
Getaway car. I'm legally blind.
And then. Oh, yeah, that'll be my turn for now.
Okay. Niklaus, what do?
Oh, he will walk up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well, maybe not there. Maybe here, he'll take a little bit
You're
of
there?
a turn.
Okay, you can make a
And-
perception check.
Oh, okay.
You're in that range.
Okay. Make a perception check. How's a 6?
Thanks for the roll.
And then I'll pop a defensive field, which gives me temp HP. Gives me 3. And that's all I'm gonna that's a bonus action. With my actual action, I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
Get ready.
From the right side, kind of in front of you, Silver, the shadows underneath the arena, this large creature looks like almost like a white furred gorilla type entity with 4 arms comes barreling out. 5, 10, 15. Oh, he's on ya. He's gonna make a bite attack at you.
Oh, I can't be surprised.
Well, you're not surprised.
Oh, I am.
17 to hit.
Oh, I am.
He didn't deal 5 points of damage.
Ooh.
Okay. And then he's going to use his bonus action to sprint right up to you, Sieg. And
Wait,
it's to
don't
go. What? You can get
Don't
it. You get it. Yeah.
I do get an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just.
Do I get a? So do I get to use a bonus action now or no?
It's only an attack.
Okay, only one attack. He will get the fury of my scimitar. Actually, I have to target him, right? Is he on the board yet? Okay, so control click. I'm now targeting. He's getting scimitard.
Ooh.
Oh, that's still disadvantage for some reason, but it doesn't matter.
No, I think you're still targeted on the other John.
as well.
Yeah, so that's why I rolled twice, because you missed the dude and you missed the great ape.
Am I targeting him only now? Okay, I'm now okay. All right, so I missed both times. So we're good.
Oh yeah. So this beast kind of runs up to you, Sieg, and just screams in your face and ends his turn. From Niklaus, you kind of see from the shadows kind of running out. He makes it to here. Is a second one. This one has like, its one eye is like cut, so it's kind of like it's healed over a bit. And that's about as far as he can go for this turn. All right. The Deathlock. He is going to... let's see. Ooh.
I love the Sirenscape. It's just that one guy every once in a while.
Let's see. He is going to cast invisibility. So he's gonna go bloop. He's gonna disappear. Let's see. Spell slots. Okay. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What the hell? Okay, that's how that works. All right. Oberon, you're up.
Alrighty. I will move up 10 feet, I think. Let me see if I move up to here. And then I will use my action to cast Frostbite on the one on the right. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay.
DC
You rolled a natural one.
Oh, it's not gonna beat that then. So he will take 2 cold damage, and his next attack he has disadvantage.
Oh, excellent.
And that will be my go.
Sweet.
Dragon button.
All right, Z, you're up. You've seen the undead-like sorcerer turn invisible, and there are 2 giant, like 12-foot tall, 4-armed ape-looking creatures. Large teethy maws are just running out towards the group.
All right, so my Hunter's Mark is still active, but he's invisible.
Call. Hold on.
From
So if you wanted to make a perception check to see if you could see it,
mm-hmm.
you would have an advantage. Or to see where it went.
I'm going to I don't remember what my favorite enemies are. I need to look that up. But I think I am going to hold my action for when an enemy comes within melee distance of myself. I'm just staying.
That.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I'm just standing eerily still focusing on where I last saw that figure. Left eye still purple, right eye still brown.
Did you want to make a perception check to see if you can kind of
Sure, yeah, I can absolutely
see where it's at? You got advantage.
Doing stink. You
That's
coming?
a nat 20.
Nice. He is right next to this gorillon that's right in front of you. He's like basically 5, 10, 15, 20. He's 25 feet directly ahead.
Directly.
You can kind of see this strange shimmer of the light every so often.
Okay.
And you're like, ah.
Mm-hmm. And I'll shout out, "On your left, Niklaus." And I will stay where I am, still in that same crescent position. Little tassels dangling down from the back of my swords.
Okay, Silver, you're up.
This guy's getting freaking clowned on.
He about to.
All right, I'm going to. Where the heck did undead looking guy went?
You guys do not know.
He's invisible.
He is no longer seen. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hit him with my infrared laser eye. I'm gonna hit him with my infrared eyeball. No, I'm joking.
You did hear Z yell out that it was on Niklaus's left.
Okay. I don't even really care right now. This guy getting the freaking smoke. Okay, so I'm going to swing. So, before my hand switched out for my scimitar, I'm going to now hit him with the scimitar and blast him with a pistol. Can I use my bardic inspiration
Yes.
to add how much?
1d6.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 7.
Ooh, that hits.
Oh, he gone. All right, so he's gonna get slashed. He gonna
6 points of damage. Nice.
and then he's gonna get blasted with this.
That hits.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
You blast a hole through his chest, and there's blood. It's like,
Feels good. And then I pass.
Sieg, you're up, brother. This dude's right in your face.
I do have a question for you with my whales from the grave. It specifies that I need to see a second target. From where I'm standing, if I was to attack the gorilla between me and Silver, could I theoretically see the second one?
What do you mean?
So, like, where Sieg is standing,
Yeah.
if I hit the gorilla next to me and Silver,
Yeah.
and I proc sneak attack, am I able to see the second gorilla
Yeah.
from where I'm? Okay, because Wales from the Grave specifies I need to see the second target, and I just wanted to make sure I would have.
Yeah, like you have like 360 visual because like you can like turn around and look and proc that. Yeah.
Okay.
He's not concealed. He's not behind cover, so you're good.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to bonus action first, steady aim, which I can't move, so my movement speed becomes 0. I get advantage on my next attack.
Mm-hmm.
Silver is going to watch as I pull my rapier out, and I'm going to swing at the gorilla.
Yes. Nice.
Swing a gorilla.
So I'll do this damage. Then sneak attack does proc. Just 1d6.
Yep. Nice.
Huge.
And then I'm gonna pop Whispers from the Grave. So
Wait, hold on. You're not even targeting him, my dude.
Oh shit, my bad.
But your first, okay. So you jolt out and stab into him, and it just collapses to the ground.
Okay.
On the ground. That's dead there.
And then I'm assuming whales will just be 1d6 again.
Yeah.
I'm not going to target the second one for that for you.
Perfect.
So another 4 to him.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
Nick Klaus, you are up.
Klaus will ignore the on your left because he doesn't even know what that means, but he will take a step in. He will cast Booming Blade and make a melee attack on this gorilla.
This gorilla killer.
It's Gorilla on. Ooh, nice. That hits.
So he does the normal damage.
You're just like hitting this thing with your bare fist, essentially.
The gauntlet. Yeah,
I
but
fucking
basically,
love it. Yeah, that's
whacking
great.
him.
Just.
And then so if he attacks anybody but me, he gets disadvantage until my next turn, and that's with the Thunder Gauntlet. And then with the Booming Blade, if he moves 5 feet or more until the beginning of my next turn, he takes another 1d8 thunder damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the rest of my movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and kind of draw him in between these two guys.
He's gonna take a swipe at you, my dude.
Sure, he can go for it.
You're gonna.
Disadvantage.
He has disadvantage on you, right?
He had no. He
Yeah, the
has
next
disadvantage
attack
on anybody
roll.
but me.
Oh, I've already accepted. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
So he's
Sorry.
gonna swipe at you. 17 misses.
Misses.
17 misses. What's your freaking AC?
19.
Oh my
Whoa.
goodness. What is your class? OP guy?
He's
Yeah, something like that.
he's basically like a battle fortified artificer.
It's
A little
awesome.
tanky. A little tank.
That's cool, man.
Oh, it'll only get better. But
Let there be light.
yeah, that's it for my turn.
Okay, he dead. Gorillon 2. You said something about his movement?
If he moves, he takes another 1d8 thunder damage.
Hey, you can't mess with my light like that. What's up?
I need help.
What's
I
going on?
don't know how to spell bell.
E-E-L-T? E-E-E-L-T. E-E-L-T. Alright? Guys, do you know how to spell belt? I don't know why he needs to spell that.
That's an excellent question,
Playing
my dude.
something in Roblox. Hold on, dudes. This is important.
Absolutely.
Oh, why? Why are you looking at belt? What are you trying to find? Belt simulator? I don't know what that means. Okay. Strange. Weird flex, but okay. Well, he's obviously gonna move. Niklaus. He didn't like getting smacked in the face. So he's 5, 10, 15, 20,
Hang on a
25.
second. Oh, okay.
Why?
No, I just saw him moving towards me.
Whoa. He makes it about here. But what happens? Like what is the effect? What causes him to collapse?
You're muted, JD, by the way.
All right.
He's got gassy farts tonight. He's trying to.
So when I hit him, he becomes sheathed in a booming energy. And then
What do you think? Like
I
this
mean-
electricity just like jolts him as he moves.
yeah, it's like static electricity. As his feet start moving, it like builds up in him. He's
Bro, you
He turns
static shock, bro.
He's running around on carpet. So he begins to like make a few steps and just like you just see him and then just falls face first on the ground. Okay. Okay. Sieg, make a strength check.
Me make a strength check.
Yes. You feel this push on you. Let's go. So you feel you get pushed, and you get pushed 5 feet. And in that moment, everyone else sees you fall away, and another version of you fall away. Same exact visual. That's his turn. Oberon, you're up.
So there's 2 Siegs now?
There's 2 Siegs. Both are kind of like getting back up after getting pushed down, and they're kind of just looking around.
Okay. That complicates things a bit. I guess I'll go with my previous plan then of I'll stay where I am. I'm not sure if I want to really attack one or the other at the moment.
Okay.
So I will use my action to shift into one of my star forms, so the scars will start glowing and the form of a large chalice will shine through my clothing on my chest. And that'll be it for my turn, I think. Wait, let me see if Actually, I'll move back to here.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
All right. All right, Z, you're up.
Is he still where I saw him previously?
No, he moved. You clocked him moving over towards, with a natural 20. I'm gonna give you a couple turns of knowing where he is, and you can make another check the next round. Okay. But he moved over towards Sieg, and then well, actually no. You're gonna lose him when this happens. You kind of like visually see him go over. He pushes Sieg, and then like it looks like Sieg kind of splits in two, and you can't tell which one's hunter marked right now.
Oh. Holy shit. Oh, this now. See, now we have a problem. Okay, well, I don't know which one of these two is hunter marked. Can I roll odds or evens to decide which one I go after?
Yeah, sure, that's fine. You could roll an odds or evens on like a D6 or a D4. It doesn't matter to me, or any of you dice. I don't care.
Copy. The one
D1,
closest.
D1. He said any. D1.
D1. The one closest to me will be odds. The further one will be evens.
So
Okay.
here comes a flat even number.
Sure is. All right.
Going to Vegas.
I am going to. Oh man, I'm gonna use my best judgment, and I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike on myself.
Okay.
Until the end of my turn, I have 30 additional feet of movement, and when once before the spell ends, if I make an attack, it deals an additional 1d8 force damage on hit. So Z is going to lift his back foot, and almost in an instant, you'll see him just appear right next to, I don't know if it's a copy or if it's the real one, but as he enters this area, he's doing like this jumping spin, just jumping link attack, and coming down with first attack with the scimitar.
Okay.
Let's find out if it's the real you. Don't know why that's rolling.
Ooh, you have Bardic.
Are you still targeting the other guy, technically?
I'm not
Or,
targeting
you were
anybody.
targeting yourself. A second ago, you were targeting yourself. So I wonder if maybe you still had yourself.
No,
targeted
now I'm
somehow.
targeting myself, but I took it off.
You can just roll straight. Like,
Oh,
those don't
you
have to
look-
target anybody.
If you look, it rolled.
Why did it roll it against me? I'm not targeting myself. I don't know.
That's weird.
Well, the first one missed. So I'm going to take my bonus action. Oh, I can't take my bonus action. I used it for Zephyr Strike. Yeah. So I'll come down with a scimitar and I'll whiff, and it'll land in the sand, or whatever, wherever the fuck we are. I don't know if it's like solid stone ground or. Either way, it's gonna come down and it's gonna miss, and I will look up and stare into the face of this individual.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. I'm gonna try to see if with what little time I've seen of Sieg, I don't know if there's anything I can use to distinguish whether it's him or not. So,
Sieg, what do you look like right now?
Well, I'm playing Jane, just no appearance swap. So this is like actual changing appearance.
Okay.
okay. That'll be it for me. Just come back up into my crescent stance and wait.
Okay. Silver, you're up.
You know what? Actually, not my crescent stance. I'm gonna have one scimitar pointed at each of them, ready from whatever side.
Ooh, I like that. Silver, make a perception check.
Yo, he's about to get perceived like you wouldn't believe, my guy. Oh, that's not in the box. Come on. There we go. Not good.
Man, that die didn't even move.
Nope, it just spun around in a
Rough.
circle. All right.
Rough.
All right, dude. All right, I'm gonna scimitar attack this guy. He gonna get slurped. Come on, baby.
Wait,
Come
that
on,
dude,
baby.
this dude on the ground who's already dead?
Oh, he dead.
Yep.
Yeah, I gave him the good poke.
You got poked.
That one is
That one's
also
poked
dead.
too.
He's also dead.
Yeah, look in
They're
the
both-
bottom. Look in the bottom right corner of their portrait. You see that little dot?
Oh, that means dead.
No, dot does not mean dead. Color of dot means dead. So their dots are.
What is it? Dodge? What is it? Take a dodge?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called?
Use your dodge action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna withhold my action to dodge if somebody come at me.
Okay.
I think that's it. I think that's all I can do as far as. Unless I'm just my eyes going, looking all around my head and everything like that, trying to find this dude.
Well, there's two Siegs.
There's two Siegs.
Are you paying attention? Or are you playing Diablo 4?
I am paying attention. Okay, I heard the two.
Y'all are
Siegs.
killing me.
For some reason, I thought it was not Sieg. I thought it was a Don's character.
Who's
Well,
who's down?
he got away too quick for me to catch him. So
Yeah, I didn't see this dude. I don't know which one is which. And
you
I'm
got a
not
battle
gonna
map
go-
open?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what I mean is I don't know which is which. I was fighting
Correct.
a friggin' dude. Yeah, so I don't know which is which. Damn. And again, I don't really know him, so I can't ask him a question. Only he would know. That's what I would do.
What's my mother's maiden name? I don't know.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Jibba
you know I
You know
don't
what?
have a mother.
He's right.
How did he know?
So are we playing this as after Sieg was pushed before my turn? He stood up, or am I still technically? Like,
No, yeah,
knocked down?
No, you're not knocked down. You weren't knocked prone. You're just pushed out of the space.
Getting pushed. Sieg's gonna turn around. In like half turn, he's gonna see Z fly in and just like kind of swing at him. So he's gonna kind of like, oh.
Since you're starting your turn right here, make a perception check.
What's a 10 get me?
I will message it to you
Oh,
in
God.
in Fantasy Grounds.
Oh no.
Spooky.
Make sure I send it to the right person.
Yeah. I'm assuming close.
Yeah,
Question
right in
mark?
front of you.
10-4. Kind of catching that from my peripheral. Sieg's gonna finish his turn and see Sieg standing there. I'm assuming this copy has like everything I'm clothed in, like weapon and everything.
Yep.
I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna point my sword at it and just like Z will hear like a small growl from me, and attempting to see if I can catch this thing off guard. I'm gonna shapeshift. Z will notice that my skin color doesn't change. I'm gonna grow a few inches to be just slightly taller than Z. My hair is gonna grow a little bit longer, and I need to see if I can do one thing really quick. Okay, it doesn't say I can't. But you will see like a full beard appear on Sieg's face. That's all his outward appearance is going to change. Just
Okay.
a little bit more aged. And I'm going to move 5 feet, and I'm gonna just swing out with my rapier at this.
Okay.
We'll now, given circumstances, if this hits, will sneak attack technically proc?
Why would?
Because I have an ally within range.
But I'm not engaged with
Oh,
him.
yeah.
I also,
Yeah.
I'm targeting this guy, but it doesn't say I'm targeting him.
Well, you're not gonna be able to target him.
Oh, okay.
It's just a token of you.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me take a quick look at something. Yeah, hey, you get sneak attack. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it.
So would you like me to roll damage and then sneak attack?
Yeah. You see Sieg jolt out, an older looking Sieg, jolt out and pierce through the younger looking Sieghard, sorry. And when you pull the blade out, the wound closes right up.
Pulling the blade out, Siege's just gonna be like, I only wish I could do that. That's my turn.
Niklaus, we'll finish up this round and then we'll pick it up next week.
Nicholas will cast detect magic and pass his turn. And
You're gonna cast detect magic?
yeah, to look for this invisible mofo.
Hold on. One second. Let me take a look at something here. Well, you know, there is an illusion spell on the young-looking Sieghard.
Hey. Oberon. It's the young one.
the gorillon that's in front of you, Silver, is going to like open its eyes and look at you and stand up.
I can attack
not good.
opportunity on that, John, right?
No, he's just standing up from the ground. He's still within. He didn't leave your range.
No, but he's taking an action that would, like, he's standing up. He's going from the ground to standing up. That's.
But he's not outside of your range. He has to move outside of your attack range.
Yeah, it's as if if he was leaving, like running away. That's like your attack of opportunity. Yeah, it's weird. He's going to make a claw attack at you. Oh, he hits for 7 points of damage. The other one is going to I would say Niklaus, you notice that like the wound that was there like in his face begins to heal up a bit, and he's going to step up and just look at you, and he's gonna move your direction. He gonna attack you. With his claw. Ooh, it's a 23 hit.
That's a good one. That hits.
8 points of damage.
Ouch.
Partially absorbed. It'll end his turn. You notice the other Sieg that is younger begins to change his form too, and looks even older than the other one. Has a little bit longer beard, and he will cast you see beneath your feet, Z, this strange darkness begin to envelop the area. It's completely pitch black. You hear you are like, and you guys, Niklaus and Oberon, you see this giant pitch black dome rise in the middle of this arena. Okay. Oberon, you are up.
Well, that's not great. Okay. I had a plan, and that is not going to be a thing that can happen now. I will. I think I want to hold my action if I can see an enemy besides the Gearlon to come out.
Okay.
And I'll bonus action, I guess first I'll cast a healing word at Niklaus.
Okay.
4.
Nice. Totally healed up, Niklaus.
Healed.
And that'll be my go.
We will we'll pick this session up next week.
Heard that.
As there's a bit more moving pieces for you guys to figure out.
100%. Thank you all for joining us mid-combat. It's going to be fun next week to figure out what the heck going on. Who's going to get sponsorship? Who's going to get the Nike one? Who's going to get the Puma one?
Yeezy.
I was gonna get a spot.
But, as always, say goodbye.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Goodbye.
As always, Raid
forgot.
Shadow Legends. And as
I forgot
always,
about this sponsor.
say goodbye, everybody.
Opal Shadow Legends.
Oh,
See you later.
bye.